Man.
See me, I'm sitting low on 4G
When
you see me, I'm getting
can't hear it, but Young Gigi sing a song right now. 4G Audio Podcast.
That's us.
Oh! Why do I feel like it's been a long time since I've seen you guys? It's only been,
feels like
it's only been 2 weeks.
2 whole weeks.
Two whole weeks.
It's like half a month.
That is actually half a month. Yeah,
Sounds,
that's 1 day short of half a month. Or whatever the fuck. Anyways, I just want to warn you guys, I have decided to have a couple drinks. That is not normal. You know that. And we'll get on with the show. I'm Stylez the Prophet.
B show.
And I'm Jonesy.
Together with the Basement Weirdos, this is the 4G Audio Podcast. I felt like I had to overpronounce that.
You got to.
And I've only had, this is my third drink, so what the frig is going on? Oh yeah, tonight I'm not allowed to swear. That's my own rule. I'm going to try my hardest not to swear. I know I probably already did it.
Beep him out every time he does it.
Paying attention.
I'm going to do it because it's really hard to clip videos when I'm swearing all the time. I literally just take the time to go, you're done talking? Fuck. And I did it just for the sake of the example.
Okay, right.
All right, doesn't count. So then, you know what I mean? So then if my only response to you is a swear word, then you keep talking, then that clip sucks.
Yeah, fair.
And the babies won't get to watch it.
That's right.
Any mother freaking way.
Here we are, man.
We're going to have to fix that one, though. So tonight, actually, you know what, man? I'm excited for this one. Episode 261, it equals 9, right? But anyways, it doesn't matter. And fuck, man, I'm sorry, man. We're into it. It's happening already.
That's like 3 swear words, bro. We're like a minute in.
Yeah.
And I did it again. Okay, all right, we're done. All right, but I have to introduce them so that we can all be part of this conversation. Welcome. It's Friday. Happy Friday. We love you. And tonight, all the way from St. Kitts, motherfuckers, we got Raz home in the building, man.
What's good?
Make some noise.
How you doing, man?
Good, bro. How about you? First of all, thanks for having me.
No problem.
I appreciate
Thanks
this
for
shit a lot.
coming, man. Thanks for coming. Damn, all the way from St. Kitts in the studio, too. Damn, man, I like that. Don't tell them the truth. But anyways, man, how you been, man?
Good, bro. I've been blessed. Honestly. Yeah. Adjusting to the Ottawa temperature a little bit.
Yeah, it's quite different here. Yeah, that's right.
I've been doing the cold showers just to get used to it. I'm too skinny for this shit, bro.
I know how you feel, my man.
Man, yeah,
Gets
actually,
right to the bone.
Yeah, bro, right to the fucking bone.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised. It actually is quite warmer there, man. I remember I went to Niagara Falls like whenever I was younger. It was actually might have been March break, so it would have been a little bit warmer maybe. But there was like no snow. I was skateboarding around there. And then but here, whenever, because I was dating this girl, she wanted me to come down, right? So I went down, and this was in high school. But anyways, I know this isn't about me, but but it is actually quite a bit warmer because they're like, bring your skateboard. I'm like, no. And then I did, and I could skateboard anywhere. It was all like dry. Like there was literally no snow. There might be the odd patch where it was like piled up before, you know?
Yeah.
It's like our spring.
So you dated somebody from Niagara?
She lived here and then moved there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Like she go to the college down there? Or?
No, her parents moved there.
Okay.
Yeah.
When was this?
This was so it would have been March 2001 that I went to Niagara Falls.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was some time ago, bro.
So,
That's fucking 23 years ago.
That's 23 years ago, man.
Jesus.
Actually, wait, I just want to say I forgot something. I forgot 2 things. And I don't know what order to do them in. But I'm going to do it in this order. But speaking of 23 years, today is actually 22 years since my mom passed away. So rest in peace, Mom.
Rest in
Mom
peace.
Dukes. See you soon. Maybe I'll someday meet again, all that fun stuff. But on a lighter note, I believe it's your birthday on Monday.
It just was.
Or was
Just
your birthday?
passed, just passed,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
Okay. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I
Yeah.
swore again. And I swore.
Yeah, we're going to need a swear jar for you, bro.
Oh man, you know what? I think that's what it's gonna take, man. I don't think there's gonna be any like real willpower, I think it's gonna have to take some kind of
It'll
punishment.
have to be like instead of
almost
money,
did it
it'll have to
again.
be joints though. Just take
Yeah.
that joint from him.
Yeah, you're on a 5-minute timeout, bro.
Oh, it's like when you get in a fight in hockey, and it's like, oh, you get a 1-game suspension, right?
Yeah.
So for the next episode, you can't smoke any weed.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know?
Right. Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, man. Okay. So you grew up in St. Kitts? That's where you're from?
Yeah, grew up in St. Kitts, grew up in Niagara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, you were talking about brothers earlier too. You got 2 brothers or 3 brothers?
I got 2 younger brothers.
2 younger
Oh, you're
brothers.
the
You're the
oldest?
oldest?
Yeah, oldest.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm the oldest. Well, just 2, my brother and I. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm in the middle. Yeah.
Dang.
So like, I feel like
The
I
black
got.
sheep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I was my older brother was always, I felt like this anyways. He was always like old enough to do certain things. And then my little brother was like, he's the cute baby, we'll like let him do it too, you
Yeah.
know? And then I was just like, there, you know, like, yeah, you guys have fun.
That's,
Yeah.
that's probably how my middle brother felt, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Oh, damn. So I mean, when did you start making music and stuff?
Fuck. Honestly, I've been recording music for probably 3 years now, I would say. It's been a little bit of a like battle and interesting time for sure.
Yeah.
But I'd say I've been in love with music and like known this shit's for my soul since like a baby for sure.
Yeah.
It's just kind of it's been an interesting run, bro. Like honestly, I'm a very spiritual person. So for a while it was kind of like, I don't know if I can be in the genre of hip hop and not be a very egotistical motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
So that kind of took me a long time to like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to ascend spiritually and do the hip hop thing, but
Right.
message just kind of kept telling me like, this is what you're here for. This is what you have to do. So
This is it.
yeah.
So you've I'm kind of going back and forth here, man. What was like growing up? Like what was the like what did you listen to mostly growing up?
Like honestly, Pac, big, like a lot of fucking hip hop, just
Yeah.
like,
Like
a lot of
and-
fucking Jay-Z.
Okay, so like yeah, the
Obvi-
real shit.
I obviously a lot of Eminem, you know what I mean? Like, but like truthfully, a lot of like the greats, the
Yeah.
greats for sure. At least
So
in
you-
my books.
So you paid your respects or paid your dues or whatever. I said paid your respect, whatever. You know what I mean?
I study the game. I'm a student
it.
of the game for sure.
Yeah.
Like truthfully, hip hop raised me. Like
But I feel like I get like kind of like I get a different I get like I don't know what to say, how to say it. I feel like you listen to other music as well. Like I get like what the fuck, what's it called?
Reggae?
No. Like alternative. Like I get like an alternative vibe from you as well. You know what I mean?
who's
Like
the alternative artist?
I don't know. Like I guess it's kind of a general term. That's a blanketed statement, as they say. But I mean, like do you listen to Sublime? Let's start there.
I'm not a massive Sublime fan. Like
You like it?
majority of people, I do enjoy some Sublime, but like truthfully, I'll probably put like 4 songs on a year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of
I'm like the same. I
yeah,
used to
yeah.
listen to a lot in high school and shit, smoking weed. Yeah. And but not so much. But I say that because I don't know. I just feel like you listen to like something else, or you just hip hop.
No, I'm everything, bro. Like it depends on the time,
Mm-hmm.
depends on the day for sure.
Just because, especially your music, I feel like has like a different influence. Like hip hop, 100%, but it has like another influence there somewhere.
I honestly, bro. So like, I went to a Jelly Roll concert this year. I kind of got taken from a
Us
friend.
too, man.
Fair, it's sick. You went in Ottawa, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I was in St. Catharines.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
Not a massive Jelly Roll fan. Obviously a dope as fuck artist, but he had this opener named Ali Colleen. She's a little bit of an underground country musician.
Okay.
Like,
She's Garth Brooks' daughter.
yo, actually,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
bro,
she
you
is.
just blew my fucking mind.
She's
You
Garth
would know
Brooks'
that, too.
daughter. Yeah.
No, that's a trip. So
Yeah.
Ali was my second artist on like Spotify Rap this year.
Okay.
So I'm
Same
definitely like decently obsessed with her.
Yeah, she's very talented for sure.
She gonna be a superstar, bro. She's
Yeah.
nuts.
Him and Trish Yearwood, I believe that's their daughter. I believe.
Dang.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Dang.
2 big country music artists. Yeah.
Dang. She kind of has some songs about daddy too. So
Yeah. Eh?
Oh
that's kind
no.
of a trip, bro.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Sit down.
Putting him on blast.
Yeah.
So So you went to this concert and found her? Like, so you never heard of her before that?
Never heard of her before that, and wasn't really a massive country fan.
Yeah.
Like, obviously fucked with Jelly Roll. Was not going to turn down some free, like, we were second row. Wasn't going to turn down some
that's
free
nice.
second
super
row
sick.
tickets.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I
sure.
mean? Like, I went to go get a drink. I came back, and she was on stage, and just the energy was nuts. Like,
Yeah.
she's fucking just so talented, you know? And, like, from there, I was like, I bet. And, like, so I probably went through a phase of her.
Yeah.
I fuck
Yeah,
with,
so.
I fuck with Andre 3000's, like, classical album, to be honest. So, like, I'm definitely all over the place for sure.
Ooh, oh, classical album, yes.
Yeah, like, his flute
Yeah,
album.
yeah,
His
yeah,
flute
yeah,
album, bro. I
yeah.
fuck with that shit.
Man, oh, man. I haven't heard that name in a long time, and it just made me think of a lot of things. I think it's called The Art of Storytelling. Just The Art of Storytelling. There we go.
Yep.
I think it might actually be part 4. I don't even know if there's any other parts. I think it says part 4. But his verse is fucking sick. I did it again. Okay, all right.
That's
But
like 5
but-
episodes. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm trying to swear for like more. If you're not, I'm trying to like compensate
yeah.
between the two of us.
man,
I'm the bad habit right now.
Yeah. But I hear you doing it. It sounds so fun. I want to do it too, man. No, just whenever you said that, man, just a whole bunch of stuff went through my head. Andre 3000. You don't hear that name very much anymore, especially.
Yeah.
Go.
But for sure, yeah. I actually saw somebody recently. Well, maybe it wasn't that recent, but I forget who it was. But anyway, somebody was saying Outcast, like, yeah, Outcast, and I was like, wow, like same thing. I'm like, you don't really hear that a lot, right?
No.
ETLians. Anyways, that's way off topic, but no, it's the same, but different. Anyway, sorry, man. So all right, so then like whenever you started making music, were you just like, I'm gonna write some shit down, but I'm gonna write some stuff down, and were you just writing? Because I noticed you had. So okay, let's take a step back. I noticed you had like some poetry on your Instagram, and so I'm like, did you start just writing, rhyming, this and that, or were you like, this is rap right away? Like I'm rapping.
Honestly, I probably elementary would write songs in my head. Didn't take it seriously. Never really had anything too supportive, like home-wise, to push me into that realm, even though I was kind of asking for it. Grade 9, bro, I had a friend, Tanner Roy. We were fucking getting high as shit, and he basically was a nasty beatboxer,
Yeah.
So he's like, freestyle.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, okay. So I spit my first freestyle, and he's like, that's dope. Like, that's our thing.
Yeah.
So we probably spent like 2 years just like every single day getting high. He beatbox, I'd freestyle. That kind of honed the craft and really made me fall in love with it. But I wasn't very confident. So like
I'm good, Stylez.
to me, like I wasn't gonna, it was just fun shit. But like we'd be at parties and he'd be like, stop everybody, turn the beat on, and be like, cool, freestyle. So then I freestyle, and then when you have like a whole party being like, yo, this is your niche, like that's kind of what brought me into it, I guess.
Okay, this is a high school.
Yeah, this is high school.
Yeah. Okay. Sick. Yeah. I remember actually, and the thing is this sounds so like, I don't know if cliche is exactly the word, but it sounds so, I don't know, but like, me and my buddy, what'd you say his name was?
Tanner Roy.
Tanner Roy. Okay.
Piece of shit, he ain't talking to me right now.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Call him out.
Okay. So actually, I could say the same thing about this guy, but me and this guy Kyle, we used to, a bunch of us though, we used to go and we'd sit in the park, and we just meant it like, I would like, it would be cool to see the the outside of this, 'cause it's just like the park, the way the park is, it's just like a valley, like it just goes down like this. We're halfway up the one side. And there's there's McConnell Park.
Oh yeah.
There's like trails, or not I shouldn't say trails. There's like a path and stuff and a bridge, and like it's not like we're just in this like random valley. Like it's like a nice little place. There's benches and stuff. But anyways, it's like there's just like a light right on the 2 benches, and we just sit on the benches drinking 40s. But he had his Discman with speakers that you plug into your computer. Like have it in. He had it all strapped up in his backpack.
Dang.
Sit there, listen to beats. He'd just have like 21 beats on a burnt CD or something, right? And we'd all just sit there and just like freestyle. People walking through the park and stuff, just stop and watch us and whatever. But yeah, no. So I remember doing the same thing. It's just I just kept drinking and not rapping. Different. That's the difference between me and you, man. No. But yeah, so then at what point you were like, how do I get this onto like CD or MP3 or whatever? How do I make this into a song?
Bro, honestly, this is a trippy story for sure. So I went to Peru for 2 weeks by myself. I was
By yourself?
by myself. So I was definitely having like a hard mental time. Like, wasn't kind of sure where life was gonna take me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I went seeking like a shaman, wanted to kind of change some shit. Truthfully, like I went for fucking ayahuasca. So
Let's go.
I'm-
This is it. This is the one. This is the part I've been waiting for. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
let's
no,
go.
bro.
Let's go.
honestly, like it's a whole trip of a story, but like Air Canada lost my bag. Like
What?
I'm there, no bag. They keep telling me you're gonna get it the next day. It's like 4 days in, and Air Canada is just like, we don't know where it is. It's your fault. It's your
Oh,
problem. Go
fuck.
get it. So like the Peruvian airline felt bad for me, and like my bag got lost in Montreal. The Peruvian Airlines went to fucking like their rep in Montreal, took my bag, shipped it to Peru, drove it in a taxi, and like hand delivered it to me.
Oh,
No way.
How solid are those people? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Shout
Air
them
Canada's
out.
just like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
One.
So
Who's the other guy? Shout out the other company, man. Fuck them, or not fuck them. I love them, man.
I think it was like Peruvian Airlines.
Yeah,
I don't,
whatever.
Like, solid. You know what I mean? So solid.
That's
Yeah.
I fuck
super
with you
sick,
guys.
man.
So I basically one night I found a shaman. They brought me into the mountains. So I'm in the mountains. I asked for two things. I asked for healing, and I asked for connection with my soul, with my tree root. So basically after the healing process, so like it would start like this. So a vision would start up here and would go whoosh, and would fly into my head.
Okay, wait. You're skipping right to the trip, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's take a step back. What happened? What did you take? How did you take it?
All right, so if we get really into it, I go to this little shop. She interviews me. She makes me drink 8 glasses of volcanic water in like big glasses. She makes me chug them back to back. So it's the most pure water that you can find like on Earth, essentially. It's filtered through volcanic rocks.
Right.
So this
I
this
love
shit-
water, man.
this shit
Yeah.
literally tastes like pickly water. Like
Right.
it tastes pickly.
Oh,
It's
is
like
it-
kind of yellowy too.
It has like minerals in it.
Yeah, it's like it's
okay.
Was it
So-
hard to drink? Was it hard?
no, I
No?
drink
You
nasty healthy shit.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I juice at home, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like so I
okay.
drink some nasty shit. Like,
Okay.
so it basically she made me do that. Cleanses your system. I'm meditating. She comes into the room and is like there for like 5 minutes, like trying to wake me out of it. I've never been in such a deep meditation. Finally, I'm like, how long have you been there? And she's like, I've been here like 5 minutes. Like I thought you were dead.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's never happened to me. That was weird. So
Hey,
she
wait. Quick question.
Yep.
They give you this shit in this little shop,
Yep.
and then you just go home.
No, so she
let
basically
you
is
go?
like hang out for a couple hours. We'll take you to the like temple.
Oh, sorry, it was her that woke you up.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I'm
okay,
just
okay, okay.
they had a little ceremony room. So I'm meditating in the ceremony room, and like that's when she came and got me.
Right.
She brings me downstairs, introduces me to this guy. Long story short, I sit in the back of the cab with this guy. It's about a half-hour drive to the mountains. So this guy's a quantum physics professor studying to be a shaman because he believes that ayahuasca and quantum physics is like the key to unlock everything to the universe.
Methoxetamine, man.
Bro, just
Anyway, sorry.
I
you
don't
keep
even
on.
know what that means. Can you explain that to me for
Yeah.
a second?
Okay. It's like it's just drugs. You sniff it, and man, I think I saw like the Wizard. You know the Wizard of Oz, where they peek behind the curtain and like
Yeah.
it's just some dude doing it all. I saw that. You know what I
Sick.
mean? Like I figured out like why and
Who's
what
the
and
dude?
like whatever.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't like an actual dude. I just saw the gears and like how it all
okay.
works. And like then I read this thing that said the same shit, and I went the first like line. I went, I know exactly what they're talking about. I'm like, oh my god, that's it.
Sick.
And so then I told my brother this thing. I said, I'm taking over your story. I'm sorry, but okay, this is a perfect thing right here. So in the world of math, right? If you have a piece of paper, even though the piece of paper is only this big, and you draw a line like this, and the line is only this big, that line is supposed to go on forever.
Mm.
And unless you put a dot at either end of the line, it goes from this point to this point. If you don't put the dot, this line goes on forever, right?
Dang.
So then now, like, we're looking at a sentence on a piece of paper, and then there's a period at the end of that sentence. But what if that period is that line
Right.
that goes on forever? So when you see that dot, if you go and look at it this way, this line actually goes each way forever.
Okay, that's a trip, bro.
And I just was like, I'm fucked up and I'm saying fucked up shit. And so I tell my, that was just a full sentence of swears. And so I tell my brother this. He goes, yeah, that's the fourth dimension. I'm like, I don't know what that is. He goes, okay. He's like, you like figured that out and you don't know what the fourth dimension is?
Older or younger brother?
Older brother. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, are you telling me like that's smart? Like, I don't know. Like, he's like, man, I don't know how you figured that out. Like, that's crazy. But I still don't see the relation. But anyway, sorry, man. But when I say that, though, all in all, in the end, is that somehow I became some kind of quantum physicist by doing this thing that, like I said, on multiple occasions has brought me to this point where I'm like, I'm seeing how everything works, you know? Like,
Yeah.
sorry, man. I cut you right off.
No,
But
bro, I fuck with that shit.
yeah.
You seen behind the veil.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's hard.
So I totally understand that guy is like, he's basically a scientist or whatever, or it's almost like theology, but he sees that, and that makes me like, it's confirmed, man. Like, yeah, you know, whether he believes it or not yet, it's confirmed in my mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
No, bro.
So this guy took you. So now, okay. The other thing too is when they give it to you, you go to sit in this thing. She comes to get you.
Yeah.
You're like high though, right? At this point.
No, I'm sober at this
You're
point.
still sober?
I
Okay,
just,
okay.
like drank my
Drank the
water
water.
essentially.
Oh, you didn't take the thing. Okay,
No,
okay.
no,
I thought
no.
you took the thing. Okay.
No, so she brings me to a temple in the mountains. It's a really trippy temple. Basically, she shows me my bedroom. I thought I was going home. Like, I thought it was like shrooms, and like 5 hours later, I'm good to go. Like, I'm going to the clubs tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she showed me my bed. And I'm like, I'm here for the night. I'm like, I know none of you guys, and there's nobody I can text to be like, I'm in a fucked up predicament right now. You know what I mean? I'm like this. I'm trapped in the mountains with these people. I've got to have full faith in them.
Yeah.
So I did that. They brought me to this room. There was one other guy. Thank God there was only one guy and not like
A bunch.
yeah, because if there was 15 people, my trip would have been completely different.
Well, even
Okay.
too, whenever you said that, whenever you're like, I don't know you people, I'm like, wait, man, like I don't know if I could be like tripping out. I don't think I could let myself go to where I
it's tough.
need to go.
It's tough to like, especially if you're trying to have like a spiritual sort of like thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you're like.
It'd be better
it's
if you
tough
knew
you're
them.
always on edge, right? Like,
Because
you
I
know
can't,
people
I
around
don't
you.
can't like protect myself. I'm not like in my environment, you know. It's
Right.
not like
Yeah.
I
It's
even
all
have
about
like my
setting,
boy
right?
there
That's
to
the
be
whole thing
like
they say.
watch them, you
Yeah.
know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like they're watching me. So truthfully, by the time like I blasted off, I understood that like I'm in really good hands and I'm in a really good place.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas like I learned later on in life, like researching it and shit, you might not have a good shaman. You might have a shaman that's an evil motherfucker, might take you to a bad place and leave you there. My shaman wasn't like that. He took me to a very good place and brought me to like a better place. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, back to my trip, like it would start up here. It would go, vision would fly into my head, and it would.
What did they
just-
give you though? What did it? Was it?
All right. So
I
you-
know
so
what
you-
it,
so
I know
you're
what
right.
it is.
No, no,
I
so
know
you're
what
right.
it is.
Yeah.
I know what it is. I'm pretty sure, but I just want like
So
tell the people.
they
what
gave me a cup. They gave me this like little wooden cup, and it's this shit's royal purple. Like I'm talking like purple.
Yeah.
Like it looks like this color, bro. It's a trip. So I'm
I
looking
always
down
pictured
at
it as
this
green.
stuff.
It's just liquid.
Yeah, and my favorite color's like royal purple. So
Oh, no
to me,
way.
it's just really fucking with me. Also,
Right.
my favorite number is 9.
No
Yeah.
way.
So that's a whole trip. bro.
Oh, that's so fucked
Yeah,
up. Okay,
yeah.
numbers are fucked to me, but anyways,
Yeah,
and
so-
there's swear words for everyone.
So basically, I look at this royal purple like drink, and she says, "Envision what you want going into that cup." So that's when I envisioned like healing, and then connection with my spirit. Watched it fly out of my brain, go into this cup, and then she told me drink it. So as I drink it, it tastes like God's flowers. And it's not like they're delicious flowers. Like you just feel like you're drinking some like really, really special flowers. Like
Yeah.
shit's a trip. And
Is it liquid or is it like?
it's
slu-
liquid,
oh,
but
yeah?
it's like it's not like this, you know what I mean? Like it's a
Yeah.
little bit thick for sure.
Okay,
It
yeah.
tastes like you blended up some flowers. To
Okay,
like put
okay.
it like that. You juice
Yeah.
some flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
So-
like you're speaking from experience.
Oh, yeah.
No.
So
Yeah.
so like I drink this shit basically, and then it probably took like half hour, starts to kick in. I start to talk out loud to myself. I'm like, oh, Cole, I don't know if this is a good idea, man.
Yeah.
You're trapped in the mountains right now. Like, you don't know these people. I'm like, and then I'm like, bro, you got to calm down, get into it. Like, at this point, if you keep this mindset, it's going to go horrific.
Yeah.
So I like relaxed, you know what I mean? And then from there, like, it's a trip. We'll tell the whole story. So
Yeah,
like
let's
from
go.
here to here, I feel like a vibrate. Boom, 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 boom,
Your
boom,
third
boom.
eye, man.
From the top to the bottom, I feel it start to crack open. So boom,
Crazy.
shit burst open, and I'm no longer seeing out of these two eyes. I'm seeing out of this eye. So this eye's projecting everything, and these two eyes are just along for the ride. You know what I mean? So like this is where the visions get to start to fly into my head. It's the best feeling I've ever felt in my life to have the vibrating of my third eye and to have it burst open.
Right.
Best feeling, like it's the best feeling I've ever felt in my life. Shit's weird. So basically, I get like 15 things fly into my head, and most of them are like toxic ass traits that like I'm portraying on my ex-girlfriend at the time. Like, had a little bit of a toxic stepdad, grew up a little bit toxic. Obviously, subconsciously, I take in all those habits. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So
She
now I'm-
did?
No, me.
Or you did?
Me. So
Okay,
now I'm
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of portraying them on her, like not as bad as I grew up to, but like I'm not
Yeah.
I'm being a fucking shitty boyfriend, like learning how to properly love somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so I seen all that shit come into my head, forgived myself, seen more shit come into my head. Once they're all gone, from there, I just start to like giggle, and I'm laughing, and now I'm spitting flows. At this point, I don't think I'm gonna be a rapper. Like I'm gonna be a machinist. I was a machinist for like 9 years. I'm gonna own a machinist. I'm gonna be a real estate tycoon. Like I'm just gonna fucking care about money. That's all I care about.
Right.
So this shit, like, I start to rap flows, and like when I'm saying that, to me it was like these flows haven't been unlocked on Earth yet. I'm not
Right.
trying to like be a cocky motherfucker.
No,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah.
spit them right now for the life of me. I'm in another dimension spitting
Yeah.
this shit.
Yeah.
So I'm spitting flows, not speaking English, like shit's gibberish, and I'm just like, consciousness keeps telling me that like you can unlock this shit. These are some of the best flows on Earth, and you can be like a fucking top tier artist. You can be a god in this shit, but you have to give it your all. So I kind of rap in flows. I start singing. I start doing comedy acts. So I see myself on a circle stage, people around me, and I start telling jokes, and like I tell my joke and I start dying. I'm like, yo, that's hilarious. And I'm like, I'm not a fucking comedian. I've never written that shit.
Yeah.
I love it, you know, but like I'm a rapper. I'm not a comedian. I
Yeah.
think I could spend a month trying, you know, and come up with some shit, but like it basically just, what it taught me is you're an entertainment soul. You're here to heal the world. You're here to basically, so my mission is to connect the souls to the light. So
Right.
basically that's what it taught me, that you're going to do music and you need to give up on all the other shit. So from there, it was kind of like, all right, I'm going to do this shit. I'm going to take it seriously. So it just took some time to like hone it back up, like calculate the message, you know what I mean? And then music's like crazy expensive. So like to kind of make your mistakes, you know what I mean? Spending money in places they shouldn't go. Like now I kind
Yeah.
of got
Yeah.
the experience. I've got the game plan, you know, like we spoke, like my house is for sale right now. Once that goes, then I can really like steer the ship again and like
Yeah.
really get back
That's
into it.
down in the south.
Yeah,
Yeah,
down
yeah.
in the south.
Down in the
Closes
south,
like
yeah.
January 15th, then it's fucking game time, bro.
Nice. Okay. And you're
Yeah.
up here for full time then.
I'm up here for minimum 2 years, so my girlfriend's going to school to be a vet tech.
Oh, nice.
So that's why we moved here essentially.
Okay.
So I'll be here for minimum 2 years, but like, sorry, back home, like I don't love Niagara, you know what I mean? Like it's not,
It's all right, man. You can say that.
it's not crazy special, you know what I mean? So like good chance we might stay here, good chance that like, at this point my theme for life is like sources driving, you know? Like I
Right.
just need to stop trying to like force the wheel in a certain direction. I'm just gonna sit back, I'll sit passenger, like God can drive from here.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited to see where the journey goes.
Yeah, man. No, that's actually goes along with something I was saying to someone the other day. I was like, it's like they were kind of saying the same thing where they're like, oh, it's just like for themselves, they're like, I just need to like let things happen, And I was like, when they say like, and you'll see where I'm going with this, but like when they say, like if you love something, let it go, and if it comes back, it was meant to be or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like take all the other stuff away and just focus on the like the part where you like just let it go, and if it comes back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
For
it's
sure.
so take away the like that scenario, and it's not that it's like that thing you love is gonna come back. Think of just like something is coming. Just don't force it to like come, or like, you know what I mean?
I like
And
that.
like when it comes to, you'll be
Absolutely.
like, that's the thing, right? So like, I guess it's different than that saying, but you know what I mean? It's
No, I
it's
see what you mean.
you focus on the part of the like, hey, if it's gonna come to me, it's gonna come to me, right? Like,
Yeah.
obviously you work for that, right?
Yep.
But like if it comes, right? And then there it is. And then it's if you leave yourself open to those options, I guess is what I mean, right?
For sure.
Right.
Then you're like, hey, yeah, there's that thing, and that's what it was supposed to be, But I would love to hear about the trip. Sorry, man, I took you way off and off and off and off. But I just I wanted to hear what it was that you drank, because even too, whenever I've heard about it, I always heard that it was like a sludgy, like gross tasting thing, right? And so I'm like, now I'm even more interested, I'm like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I wanted to hear like, what was it? What did you take, right? So that's why I kept trying to be like, what is it? But like, is it visuals and stuff, like, you know what I mean? Or like, is it just like a feeling?
Definitely, the way I explain it,
Like,
bro.
you
is
went
it's,
somewhere?
It's like shrooms times 10.
Okay,
That's the way I explain
Have you ever
it.
done LSD?
Yeah.
Okay, is
I've
it
been arrested
like
on acid.
similar to that? Oh,
There's a story.
What? I couldn't imagine.
I was a
man.
bad kid, bro.
Did they put you in jail?
No,
Like in a cell and stuff?
No,
Or they
no,
arrested you and let you go?
I was like 17. They basically drove me home to the driveway, waited for fucking mom to pull up, save
Right.
my
and you're
ass.
tripping.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh my god.
The trippiest part, bro, is they put me and my boy in the same car beside each other. We look at each other in the eyes and we're just like, yo, how did they not know?
Oh, they knew.
Yeah, they just did it. They're used to it, you know what I mean? But we're
Yeah.
just like, how are they not like, you guys are high as fuck right now? Like they
Yeah.
were just like dumbasses. Like
I would be panicking, man.
Yeah.
But that's why I asked you if they put you in a cell, because it's like, it's one thing to be in there, but to be like,
Oh yeah.
I'm this high right now,
Yeah.
like, oh no. Like,
Restricted.
you're like, yeah, I wish I was having fun. Damn. But
I had fun up until that point.
yeah, man. Damn. Okay. But yeah, no. The reason why I asked that is because you're saying mushrooms times 10. I'm like, wow, like LSD. But okay. No, it's because I'm really interested in it, and I've smoked like the DMT pens, because the active ingredient in ayahuasca is DMT, right?
From what I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've smoked DMT in the pens, both of them, the 5-MeO DMT, whatever, and the other one. And then like one time we were just smoking them back and back, like back and forth. And like, but then I had the actual like DMT and like smoked it in the fucking meth pipe or whatever,
Hard.
But still, man, the same thing like I was saying earlier. It's like I don't really go anywhere. It's like I get like, I'm seeing like the last time I did it was I saw like, it was just like eyes open or eyes closed. I saw the same thing, but it was like, on the, I think it's just the all-seeing eye. Like it's like the pyramid
Yeah.
with the eye.
Yeah.
It was like fractals of that, like just all like little
Like
tiny.
kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
Right.
And so then when I do it, I'm like, hey, yeah. And I close my eyes. I'm like, hey, yeah, crazy. And then I open my eyes. I'm like, okay, crazy. It's the same thing, but it's like I know that I'm still here, And I'm like, man,
I think
like,
anyone that's ever really had one of those experiences that talk about just like actually like leaving this dimension and like being in other places, usually it comes from that very specific
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just
drink.
like putting on some
Right.
YouTube.
because I think there's some like so your body can't, like, there's some enzyme or something that there's like when they make it, there's like a specific plant or something that they mix it with.
Yeah, it's bark.
Oh,
They mix
okay.
it with bark.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Fucking
there's
blows my mind.
so there's some
Yeah.
enzyme in this that makes it so when you ingest it, it actually becomes psychoactive. Otherwise, it
it's like
wouldn't
It's like a MOIA or something.
be.
forget what it's
I just
called,
I
but
just
it's-
remember hearing something about
Yeah, that
when
makes
there's a
sense.
specific bark that they mix it with, so that there's an
Right.
enzyme in that blocks your body from stopping it from being psychoactive, and then it becomes psychoactive in.
Okay, that makes
But
sense.
I think
so, 'cause-
did you puke? Maybe
Yeah, I
you're
was
like,
gonna ask that. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
like
Yeah,
crazy.
I heard
'Cause
that
I
it makes
heard-
you get sick, and then it kicks in after.
Yeah,
that.
I
yeah,
heard-
it definitely makes you get sick for sure.
Yeah.
I heard that about that, and I heard that about the cactus too.
Right.
I won't do the
Oh.
cactus.
You won't?
I want to. I
Oh,
want
I
to.
want you
I'll do
to.
all that shit.
My
bro.
buddy had them, like, but you know you have to grow that thing for a long time.
the cactus is with chuma, right?
No,
San Pedro?
But there's a couple different ones like peyote, right? So there's
Oh,
San
okay,
Pedro. There's peyote, I believe, is like a type of cactus, but then there's different types of that cactus. You know what I mean? But man, I went to a place actually out in Vancouver that you could buy all this shit. You could buy,
Yeah.
but like I said, you have to grow these cactuses for like 9-10 years before you can like actually get buttons off them.
Dang.
And they had cactuses there. They had a bottle. I remember they used to have whenever I was a kid in I was gonna say high school. In school they had these bottles of paint, and this looked like one of those bottles of paint, but it said LSD 25 on it. I'm like, yo, is this like that's? She's like, yeah, but it's like microdose. I'm like, what? And I look at it, but it said like I think it was 125 micrograms in the whole like bottle, but like 125 micrograms is like a pretty big like dose for like one person to take. So it's like you take like an ounce of this a day or something, right? And I'm like, oh, I see. I'm like, it's like one hit spread out over a month, you know, like.
Fair.
But then they had what else did they have? They had DMT in the same thing. It was liquid. Then they had and I bought a coca leaf tea.
That was all through, bro. I gotta use the
Drink
washroom again.
that.
My bad.
Oh man,
Yeah.
fuck,
bet.
I
Get
chugged
it.
so much water before I came here.
It's good, man. No, it's all
I'm
good,
not
man.
I'm not the I'm not the one with the small bladder tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yep. Ayahuasca, man. Yeah.
I want to but also too, like I thought what you were gonna say was so like yeah, the ayahuasca is definitely different because it's a longer like it's supposed to be longer, more intense trip.
Right.
But I thought what you were gonna say was that like more like when people actually go and like go to these shaman and stuff like that, they have like the actual like better experience, you know?
right.
Because like I was thinking like it's different when it's like, hey man, like I'm gonna go sit in the other room and like put a YouTube video on that says like
Sure, but I'm just
DMT
wondering,
music and then
right,
like lay there
exactly.
and like,
And I just like what I was saying is like I don't know. I've never seen one of these DMT pens that you were talking about, but I imagine like it's slightly different than the concoction that they're making.
well, I used
Oh,
to think
yeah.
well that's it too though
Jungles
is
of
I used
Peru
to
or
think
whatever.
well but also too like even at the same time ayahuasca is different in the sense that it's like a whole different thing, right? They like boil these plants down and
Right.
like, whatever.
Yeah. The whole process. Yeah.
But with the lost it, man. With the pens though, they're so yeah, it's because it's different, right? That's like you're smoking it. It's gonna be like 10-15 minutes, right?
yeah.
But I thought you were questioning their like validity or their like whether they're good or not.
I don't
But
know.
I
just-
used
I've
to
never
think
heard
the
of them
same.
before.
I used to think though that I'm like, oh man, I don't think that's like yeah. Like it's not the same thing. It's just some guy putting some chemicals in a thing, and like it's not the same.
Yeah.
And like whether the ones I was smoking were or not, I've heard like like even like Joe Rogan and stuff talking about like that's still like a viable source or
Right,
whatever.
right.
Right.
Did you? My one buddy told me that you have to like exhale fully before it'll hit you. So he basically like
but like
clear
moves all
your
the air out of his
lungs.
lungs, yeah, and then he hits it. He says
Right.
that's what like
To
blasts
get
him
it
off.
into
Kinda,
the
yeah.
deep parts of his lungs.
I found
Yeah.
that with salvia where it was like
Fuck salvia.
you like hold that
Salvia's
in
whack.
and then you like I found it was like it's like you can hold that in as long as you want, you won't get high.
Salvia?
But, yeah, but then as soon as you blow it out, you go like,
Mm.
wow, and you just disappear into another
Did you
world.
enjoy salvia?
I friggin' love that.
No, bro, you're such that. What about you? Dude,
I've never tried
okay,
it
okay,
actually.
okay. I've like there's maybe 2 people that are like 400 that are like I like salvia.
Well, I
Everybody
shouldn't-
else is like fuck salvia.
I shouldn't say I love it, but I did enjoy. I had some cool experiences with it. Like, oh man, I went to this party one time. We're all there. These people are like, hey, yeah, we have salvia. I'm like, cool. So we're sitting in my van, and we're on like a back road. These people are having a party at their house or whatever, but it's just like on a back road. And so we're sitting there, and I smoke it. And my buddy says, he's like, he calls it like, so you smoke it, right? And if you're sitting there, you'll just like curl up. And he calls it, he's like, you crumple like a pop can, man. So I'm sitting in the front seat, and I'm like, yeah, smoking. I'm like, and I just fucking curl up, and I'm laughing. It feels like my skin's peeling off, but like not in a bad way. Like not like a it just like it just feels like this. You know what I mean? Like you're just like running something down. So it feels like it's like my skin pulling off, but I'm just sweating, and I'm laughing. And when I lift my head up, I'm running down the road, laughing. But I'm running into the darkness away from the car, and I'm like, man. So then I turn around, and I'm like, what just happened? I'm like, man, that's crazy. So I walk back. They're all like, man, like, where'd you go? I'm like, I don't know, but that was awesome, yeah. So anyways, they all do it, whatever, yeah. So then later, we're chilling, and so I was drinking. I wasn't drinking because I was driving. I had a drink, but it was because we went and got Subway before we got there, and I had a Subway drink. And my buddy was drinking Crown Royal or something, and so I put it in it, and I had this one drink, right? So we go back out to the van. We're gonna smoke more, yeah. And the bowl had like normally would have like a little like stem off of it where you'd like pull that off, you know, or you'd hold that to pull it off. That was broken, right? So I hit it with the torch because you had to smoke it with a torch, right? So I hit it with the torch. I'm like, and I pulled the bowl out, and I burnt my finger. So I put the thing back, but like I do this, I put my head down, I'm laughing. I lift my head up, and I'm sitting at the fire in the backyard, and I'm holding a beer in my hand. And I'm like, I just look, this girl's talking to me like as if I've been sitting there the whole time. And I just look at her, I go, how did I get here? She's like, you just came in, like whatever, yeah. She's like, you said you quit your job, you know, like this and that, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I was like a carpet salesman or something, or I don't know. I was doing something with carpets, I think. And I burnt my finger and I quit my job. I'm like, I know what happened. So I go back to the van, and as I'm getting to the van, they're all stumbling in the front yard laughing. And they're like, man, what the fuck? Where'd you go? And they're like, I'm like, man, what just happened? They're like, I don't know. You just started laughing. You got out of the van. You said, I quit, and you left. So I smoke it. I start laughing. I go, I quit. I leave. But I guess in my head, I burnt my finger. I had some kind of magic job that was happening. And I quit it because I hurt my finger. And I went to this party or whatever. But yeah, I swear, I put my head down and laughed, lift my head up. I'm at this party. Like, I think that was a great experience. I've also had, man, I telling you right now, this one, I'm going to get really serious. I bought a vial of salvia from a store. I won't say it, but they're closed now anyways, but I bought it from a store. Just know I'm looking you in the eyes.
It used to be legal.
And it was legal at the time.
It
And
was
the
sold
cops
at our
took it even though it
local
was legal.
fair. Fuck.
But
Weird.
it was haunted
The vial?
by ghosts.
The vial?
Man, when I smoked it, I have never felt something like this before. But every time I smoked that one, I felt like I was like the like barrier between reality and not reality, or like another realm. And I felt like there was this like lady there. She was kind of older, and then there was like a man. He was kind of younger. Like, I say, like, you know, I'm not like, it's hard to explain,
It's wild.
but like
That's a trip.
I felt like they were
Yeah.
there every time, man. And the only time I ever smoked it by myself, man, I was in my room and I smoked it and I put everything down and I laid back. And all of a sudden, man, like before I could even know what was going on or how to do anything, I was like jumped up off the bed and I was standing in my room going, no, 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 no. And I was trying to get the high to go away. because something was wrong. I was like, something's wrong, something's wrong. But no, I ran down the stairs, ran through the house. I'm trying to get the high to go away. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm like, something's wrong, man. No, 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 no. And like, I literally fought off the high, man, because something was wrong. And like, I ended up getting busted with that vial, and they took it. And I was kind of glad because I'm like, man, I'm like, something was wrong with that one. Like, I swear though, but like,
That's wild.
man, crazy though. And like, I'm telling you, I always felt like, and I don't know how to explain like how you feel, how old and what gender something is that isn't there.
Yeah.
But I swear every single time I smoked out of that vial, there was this lady and this like boy. Or
What if
this,
they were
like-
trying to keep you that time, bro?
Yeah, right?
That's a
No,
trip. Oh, you don't
man.
think so?
Wow, that's crazy.
That's a trip, bro.
man.
Yeah.
But
You're
man, I
about to be
swear
the
to you-
third stuck in the vial, bro.
Exactly, yeah.
Until somebody else picks it up.
Yeah.
But I swear to you, man, I swear to you. So like the thing is like, so I just told you like, that was awesome, and then also like, yeah, that would scare you for sure. But I still would do it again, and I did do it again.
The same
I,
vial?
No, not that if I ever saw that vial again, I would probably study it.
Yes.
But man, one time though, me and my buddy went and got some. It might have been it might have
You
been the
just have
same
to have
time.
someone else smoke it and
But-
see what they say.
Yeah.
I fucking hit this shit, and like he goes, "You do it first. You do it first." I'm like, "Okay, yeah." I hit it, and the next thing I know, like, cause you do this, you laugh, right? And the next thing I know, he's on the ceiling, and I'm like, "Man, what's going on?" But I'm laughing, but I'm like, something's wrong. And I realized what happened was all I did was just I started laughing and went like this.
Oh,
And I just put my head on the fucking couch and I was staring at him upside down.
yeah.
But when I opened my eyes back up, he was upside down. I was like, no. I'm like, I'm laughing, but I need to tell someone something's wrong. Like, so like, yeah, there's some poor moments on it. But I also think,
You lose motor skills.
I also
eh?
think that certain people, like, it's just how you, it's perspective kind of. Cause like, I like mushrooms, right?
Yeah.
I even have had times where I was kind of panicking on mushrooms. I still liked it afterwards when I found out I wasn't dead. But one of my
Always a good
one of
time.
my friends, he took mushrooms once. He took a gram of mushrooms one time, and he's telling me the story, and he's like, man, I was sitting on the chair, and he's like, I just like turned into like liquid. I felt like I melted into the couch. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. He goes, no. He goes, then he's like, I like slithered off the couch, like all the liquid, whatever. And he's like, but I guess he was just laying on the floor, looking across the floor, and he thought he melted to his eyeballs. And he's like panicking. The phone rings. So he's at a buddy's house. The phone rings. His buddy picks up all he could think was, don't pick up the phone. His buddy picks up the phone. Goes, hey man, it's for you. He's like, boom. He said he snapped out of it, picked up the phone, and went, and he couldn't talk, man. And his dad's like, are you okay? He's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, whatever. He gets off the phone, and just like all of a sudden he hangs up the phone. He goes right back into this high. And I'm like, man, hey, other than like, yeah, that sucks, right? But everything you're telling me is awesome. You know what I mean? Like, take your dad calling you out of the equation. I'm like, that's awesome. I'm like, I want to melt into the chair. I'm like, I want to feel that way, you know? So like, it's like maybe he would have, maybe either he just doesn't like that and I do, or it's just like, maybe it just wasn't the day for him. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So like, so at the same time, it's like, if you're not expecting this, like, your buddy could be on the ceiling, or like, you could have quit your imaginary job, like you're running down the road in the middle of the night. Like, if you're not prepared for that, then like, then you're like, wow, that wasn't good. Right. It's like with ketamine, people are like, I don't like that. I fucking hate that. Like, whoa, what happened? Like, well, I thought it was cocaine and I did it and I hate it. I'm like, wow, but you were looking for one, found the other.
Yeah.
And that was a surprise to you, So you're like, I didn't know that I was going to be in 2 dimensions at once. Like, yeah. And I could see the third one. Like, yeah. But anyways, I don't mind. But I find salvia and DMT kind of similar, except like, yeah, anyways, I don't know. We got really far off on this
that
drug
was a
talk.
long tangent about
Psychedelics.
Drug talk. But
But
so then at the same time too, though, I'm gonna go back to your ayahuasca thing. So when they gave you the cup and they said like, put your thoughts into the cup. Do you feel like that you have like that did what you wanted it to do?
For sure.
Yeah?
It should change
Yeah.
my life for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Saved my life.
How long did it last for? Like, was it like the whole
I
night?
say like 10 hours.
Yeah,
So
okay.
there's probably like 5 hours of it like smacking me.
Right.
When it was done, they're like, all right, you can go back to your room. The other guy, it was the second or third time, so he kind of got up, went to his room. I got up and was like, fuck me. I went outside and like I was like lost on the balcony. So
Right.
they had to like find me, bring me to my bed. And so then
Right.
this is where it goes back to like not knowing people. So we had the same room. He's got a bed in like this corner. I've got a bed in this
Oh,
corner.
fuck.
So I literally, solid dude, had breakfast with him
Same
the next
room,
morning.
just across
Nice.
the.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But like, I'm like, no, I don't trust you, you know? So like,
Yeah.
I stayed up the
Yeah.
whole night, bro. I did
Right.
not sleep and I kept an eye on him, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know
The
what
nicest
the fuck
guy in the
this
world.
guy's gonna do, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But
Yeah,
the next morning I learned we had breakfast, we're talking about our trips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I'm like, hey, this is a dope guy. Like, he didn't have Instagram or nothing, so I couldn't like keep in contact with
Yeah.
him. He was a lawyer from the UK,
What?
so like couldn't keep in contact with him or nothing.
Yeah.
But
Crazy.
yeah, it was definitely like,
Lawyers do
Oh.
it too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, to be honest, so he said he was working like 16-hour days, did it since a kid, was like. He's like, basically, this is not life for me, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
He was like, honestly, I made a choice where I wasn't gonna continue life anymore.
Right.
This was my last straw. This was
Right.
my last like try.
Oh shit.
If this didn't work out for me, I was gonna go home and like not continue.
Yeah.
So we're having breakfast and he's like, honestly, I'm not out of it, but I've decided like I'm gonna fight. Like
Yeah.
it's worth it and I feel like I'm gonna make it out. But I
Right.
don't know what happened. Never spoke to him since that day, you know what I mean? Like, but I feel like our souls like connected after that one. So I always
Yeah.
pray for the best for him. Like
Yeah.
I hope that he's like in the fucking UK on a 4G podcast telling his story. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I hope that that's
That's
where like
wild,
took him,
man.
you know?
Yeah.
Like
That's
yeah.
wild. I almost want to do this. I mean,
It makes you
I
wanna
do
do it,
actually
eh?
want to do ayahuasca, but I
Yeah.
mean, like, I almost want to go to another country or, like, you know what I mean? Like, go do it, like, there, you know?
I would highly recommend it, to be
There's
honest.
a place
like,
not far from here in Belleville or something
Oh,
like
so you
that
can
they do it.
local, eh?
But
Yeah,
I
you
would like to
can.
go and do it, like, on the motherland or something, you know?
Yeah, right.
that was my thing, is like you can do it. There's a lot of people that like have it in small areas, but it might be synthetic. I'm not a synthetic
Right.
guy. I want
Yeah.
it straight from the plant. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And my next thing is that it comes from the like Amazon rainforest. So I wanted to be as close to the forest as possible, if not in it. I
Yeah.
couldn't afford to be in the jungle at the time, so I
Yeah.
got like as close as I could be, basically.
Yeah.
So that there's
The closest experience.
exactly
You had to go to a temple and stuff, though.
Yeah, that's what.
Was your bed just on, like, a piece of, like, stone?
It was honestly like I don't think it was on a piece of stone, but it was probably like a single bed that like
Yeah.
it wasn't nice, you know. what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Something to lay on. you
yeah,
know?
for sure. She was hard for
It's
sure.
all right, though.
Probably good for your back.
Yeah.
Sounds like an adventure, though. And you went
Yeah,
all by
man, that
yourself to,
sound-
like, and was your goal to go do that, or did that just happen while you were in Peru?
My goal is to honestly, the story just gets really deep. So I was kind of in a dark place. I was golfing with my dad and his buddies. One of his buddy, I was kind of telling him like, I don't know like how life's looking for me. I'm really not feeling it. It's kind of how I was telling him. Like, I'm in a dark place and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out of this dark
How
place.
old were you at this time?
I
sorry?
was, yeah, that's exactly what I was just thinking, man.
I was probably like 23.
Okay.
I think
I was
so
about
young
23.
20s then. All right. So
So he basically like, I'm sitting driver's side of the golf cart. He's passenger. So this man all of a sudden just goes like, and like stares into space and is like gone for a good 30 seconds. And I'm kind of like, this is a little weird, but I think there's something special about this moment. So he's kind of like, man, that was really weird. But like, I got like a message and seen a vision of you basically going to do some crazy stuff. This is how he words it. He's like, I'm not comfortable explaining what I seen, but I know that you have to go through it. Everything's going to seem like you shouldn't do it. Life's going to fight you in every moment and make it so like you're going to second guess it every step of the way, but you just need to know you have to go through with it. So basically like some life shit happens. I have to lend some family members some money. We're going through like, I'm also trying to flip a house at the time, so shit's mad low. I think like work's telling me they're not going to give me the time off work, and I just book it. And I'm like, nah, something tells me book it. I bought it before they even approved the time.
Yeah.
They last minute approved the time. Just as I'm about to go is when the family member needs money. So I lend out whatever I have left, basically. We get to the airport. I didn't even know there was 2 airports in Toronto at the time. We get to the airport, and they're like, you went to the wrong airport. But they're like, lucky that you came to this one because your flight got canceled at the other airport, and we can actually manage to get you there. But they're like, listen, you're gonna have to fly from Toronto to Montreal, from Montreal to somewhere in Peru, from Peru to your other place. And they're like, you're the very last. They're like, we managed to get you the last ticket on the flight from Montreal, and the flight from Montreal, like, you can get in from Lima. But they're like, it's gonna push it. So I make that flight. As soon as I get off the Montreal flight, I look at a guard and I'm like, here's my ticket. Where do I have to go? And he's like, they just called last thing and you're on the other end of the airport. You're not going to make it, man. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I'm in Montreal right now. Like, this is not acceptable. So I sprint. Like, I'm full out, like, out of my way, like sprinting. Just made it in time. So I get there. I land in Lima in Peru.
Yo, wait 1 sec, man.
Yep.
You keep saying Lima. Isn't there a movie or something and it's called, like, you know, the 518 to Lima or something?
318 or Yuma.
Yuma, there we go.
Yeah,
Okay. Keep going. Sorry, man.
I don't know what this is. No.
No, okay. Sorry, man.
I feel like that's about a plane or something.
It's totally different.
So basically, like, I go to get my bag. They haven't called me for my bag. Didn't show up at, like, the round thing. So then I go to, like, customer service, and they're like, are you Cole Vartia? And I'm like, yes, I am. So they're like, we lost your bag.
No.
Yeah. They're like, but we'll get you your...
Wait, is this another bag or this is the bag?
This is the one.
Okay, this is okay.
Yeah,
okay,
this is the one. So they're like, we lost your bag, but we promise we'll get it to you first thing in the morning. I stayed the first night in a hotel and the rest of the nights in a hostel. So, like, we promise we'll get it to you at your hotel, the hostel, before you check out. So it didn't come. I can't, like, call, you know, I don't have, like, I can't call Air Canada from, like, my phone in Peru, you know?
Oh, true that. You can't, don't,
So I'm, like, texting my mom, and my mom's calling them for me.
Right.
Like, the first couple are being nice. It ends up, like, my mom's been through, like, 4 or 5, like, agents, and, like, my mom tells me.
Oh, you said agents.
Agents. Fair. Agents.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
So, like, yeah, like, it was a trip, bro.
Sorry.
No, it's
Okay.
hilarious.
I'm sorry.
No.
Okay.
But, like,
Man.
long story short, you know what I mean? Like,
But I never thought of that, though, too. You're in another country, you can't use your phone. It's not the same.
Yeah, I, like, can't use my phone. Can't just call them to be like, where's my bag? So luckily my mom was, like, spending all her time, like,
Shout out Mom Dukes, man.
Oh, shit. Mom's so solid, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it shows a trip. At one point, mom's like, your bag's at the airport. You need to take a taxi ride. Go to the airport. It's there. So I took my taxi ride. It's not there. And, like, that's when the Peruvian airline felt bad for me and was like, this is bullshit. We'll just get you your bag.
Yeah.
Wow, the first time you talked about the bag, you totally skipped over the part where they made you go there for a bag that didn't exist.
Yep. Fuck Air Canada for life.
Oh my god,
No doubt,
man.
They've been bad.
The thing is
for a while.
I took Air Canada to and from Vancouver the first time. The second time we took Flair, and I was like, frig Flair. And like, I love you, Air Canada, but I don't even have to experience that to be like, frig you, Air Canada. Oh man, see, you know how you told the story where you're like, I sprinted and I got there on time? So opposite story. I didn't necessarily sprint, and we would have made it, except that they wanted to check my bag extra, and for no reason, I don't think. I don't know. I had cologne in it. But anyways, whatever. The guy was like, oh, it's whatever. It's over the amount, but because there's only this much in it, I'll let you take it with you. You know, I'm like, cool, thanks. So then I did kind of like rush to get there because we were kind of late already. But Buddy was already there at the gate. He could have got on the plane and left. Shout out Bully Zone for not doing that.
That's solid.
But-
That's a homie right there, bro.
So then I like pull up and he's like, no. And the lady's standing there and like the plane's there. The plane was there for 45 minutes, before we, and I might be exaggerating. Let's go back, and I know for sure it was half an hour. I know for sure it was at least half an hour. But anyways, it was a very common denomination of hours. But anyways, we sat. So the lady's like, "Oh, let me check." But she like, I guess whenever he like pulled up, she was like just coming back from the plane. Was like, "No," or whatever. And then like, she's like, "Oh, let me check," and she like ran to the plane. But she was gone for like 5 minutes at least. I was gonna say 10, so let's say 5. It's been a while. It's been a couple years. Let's say 5. She's gone. She comes back. She's like, "No, sorry." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Well, fuck you." And we figure out how our other flight's gonna work. We pay the extra little bit. If for in 3 hours we're gonna get another flight, okay, cool. Yeah, which actually 3 hours was, I think it was 4 hours, but still, I think that amount of time for a flight is pretty decent, short notice. And that's not a shout out to them by any means, but that's just convenient for us. But anyway, so then we're waiting and like, okay, cool, we pay and we wait, and we're like, man, the plane's still there, the plane's still there, the plane's still there. The plane never like pulled away from the thing for like so long. And anyway, so we ended up having a nap right on the floor, right at the gate. We're like, wake us up when it's time. And but yeah, anyway, so complete opposite story, but and it was flare. Then on the way back, let's just say, sum it all up, big flare. Yeah, for sure. But anyways, okay, so yeah, wow. And the worst part of that whole story, I mean, it's really bad that they lost your bag. But I think the worst part of that story is, and I'm so glad you told it now, they made you go back to, no, they told your mom to tell you to go back to the airport.
Yep.
To pick up a bag that wasn't even there.
Yeah.
You know what would be even worse? If it was there, but they were like, no, it's not here. And then you left, and then Air Peru was like, yeah, we got you. And then they just like scooped it up out of the lost and found and brought it to you.
No,
you
that'd be fire. That'd be fire.
Yeah. I guess either way. But I mean, like, it just would suck that you're like, I was in the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
And you guys still couldn't figure it out. Like, yeah. And they're like, oh, yeah. Yeah, eh?
Yeah, that basically, like, they, after a while, Buddy's like goes through the computer and shit, and he's like, your bag never left Montreal. Like, I promise you, your bag is in Montreal.
It's happened to my brother
right
too, man.
Crazy.
And it was Air Canada too.
Oh yeah, I know one other person it happened to, and they basically were like, sucks.
Yeah,
Sucks you.
I will say, I'm pretty sure my brother got his, like, I think he said he wore the same clothes for like 2 days or something. So he did get it back like sooner than most stories I've heard. But I mean, like, he just like, well, we're Irish, so we got the luck of the Irish. What's actually, you know what I was going to ask you earlier, just randomly, but what's your heritage?
I'm half Finnish, like half Newfie, I say. So like Finnish Canadian.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Half Newfie, holy, wait. Wow. Okay, wait.
Just to jump across the pond.
Wait, I know, but half new. Okay, wait, but all right. But the Newfies came from somewhere, did they not?
Ireland.
Yeah, so I guess like they go back, like I say Ireland, I think
Yeah.
like Scottish.
But you see
Yeah,
my okay. You see
I
my
would say
you see
so.
my confusion there.
Yeah.
You know, even that'd be like being like I'm part New York. You know.
Yeah,
Or something.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Actually, honestly, bro, like
But I
Newfies
like
are just
that,
a
though.
different breed of Canadian, kind of. So like
Yeah.
that's why I say the Newfie. You know, 'Cause
Yeah.
to be like I'm Finnish Canadian, it's kind of like
Yeah. Well, especially
Yeah.
that's generic or blanketed, like I said earlier. But
Right,
yeah, no,
yeah,
it's like
yeah. That's a good way
Canadian.
to put
But
it.
I mean, at the same time too, yeah, no, I get what you're saying, yeah. But you see my confusion, right? I'm like, well,
yeah.
got to be something else, right? You got to
For
come
sure.
from somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't rep the further back generations.
But
I just go Newfie and Finnish.
so then, who's from Newfoundland?
Like my mom's side.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and like, were you born in St. Kitts?
Born in North Bay.
What? No way. What's the lake there? Lake
Nipissing.
Nipissing. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say. It ruins the joke, but.
Sorry.
No. Me asking ruined the joke.
Yeah, right.
I should have just been like on it, you know, just Nipissing baby or whatever, you know. But anyways, so then I feel like we're taking 10 steps back. But when did you go to St. Kitts then? Really young or?
So mom was 17 when I was born. Dad would have been 19. They
You
basically
can smoke and drink in this continent
Yeah.
or whatever.
they basically decided to, like, mom's very independent for sure, very
Yeah.
much. She wants to do it her way.
Strong, independent woman type shit. Yeah.
So
Okay.
she basically moved
Yeah.
away. Like, dad and mom moved to St. Catharines, essentially. They opened up a general store called Cole's Store. That basically was what split them up. So dad and mom split it when I was 3 years old.
What do you mean that's what split them up? The store? They were
Yeah,
arguing over the store?
You know what?
Sorry, man. You know what?
No, I was kind of taken back because my dad might say differently, but my mom tells me that they split over the store.
Right.
But my dad's got a different side of the story, so
Okay.
I got taken back in my head there.
Okay.
They split over some drama for sure,
Yeah.
and then we stayed in St. Catharines essentially whole life.
Yeah. Okay. So then, and it's weird that it's all coming back to this because one of the questions I did have earlier, I was like, well, whatever. It's something not really like we don't have to go over it, but you were talking about growing up with two younger brothers.
Yep.
And I was gonna ask you if your parents were both in the house.
No, so like truthfully, none of our, like, my dad's solid. My dad's really dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like,
You can tell me to shut up too. If you
no,
want,
no,
man.
bro. I don't hold shit back, to be honest
Cool,
with you.
man.
Like, my dad and I are like, he's always been like a best friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, maybe more than the father figure. So dad split at age 3, kind of went and did his own thing and got his own life going. My middle brother's dad was not like around very long. He kind of fucked off from his life very shortly after that. My youngest brother's dad was around for probably about 8 years. Like, he left somewhere around when I was in grade 8, but that one was kind of really toxic the whole time for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he definitely spent some time in and out of rehab. Like, he broke the family apart for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of like drugs and alcohol in my early time, you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, yeah.
Okay, this is maybe a little bit much, but I'm asking you this for my personal, like, not just to ask you a question, but my personal, like, knowledge or experience or whatever. What? So you said your dad, like, at a young age, kind of went on, did his own life, whatever. He's like your friend, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
What's that like? Because I kind of have that relationship with my kid, and like, I kind of want to see it from his eyes, man. If you don't mind, man.
No, bro,
I swear to God, if I'm going too far, man,
Nah,
you
bro,
just tell me, man.
I don't. It is true. Honestly, bro, like, my music is very much so myself. So if you listen to my songs, like,
Yeah, you
I
say
don't hide shit back.
Yeah,
You get my whole life story. You get who I am. I'm never gonna hide this shit. Like, it's
it's true though. You definitely do, like, you're very transparent. Yeah,
thank you. That's how I feel like it should be, you know? Like,
Yeah.
the greats growing up, like, everybody's got a story, you know? Like, you
Yeah.
got to tell your story. Like, we're not faking shit here, you know? Like,
yeah,
we're telling how it is. I definitely wish that my dad probably played more of a dad role in certain parts of my life. And I've even had that talk with him a little bit, but he maybe doesn't take criticism like too
Yeah,
greatly,
yeah.
you know what I mean? But so there's times where I definitely wish my dad would have played more of a father. But now that I'm like 30 years old, and even with my mom, we're in somewhat of a similar scenario where it's like, it hits a point where you almost missed your parenting realm. You know what I mean?
For
So like,
sure.
you hit a certain realm and it's like, I've accepted that we're going to be great friends if you're going to be in my life. So you need to accept that too.
Yeah.
Because if you think of it as like, I'm a great father, then that's going to kill our relationship.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? So
See, and that's where I'm like, I don't know how to say it. Like, maybe, I don't know if it's modest or humble or something, or one or the other. Where I'm like, I'll never say like, oh, I'm a great father. Like, if anything, I feel like I have to do more, and that's kind of why I asked. Is because I'm like, hey, I feel like, excuse me, I feel like I didn't mean to end up as like his friend. You know what I mean? But like, that's kind of just the way it's played out.
Yep.
And since I'm that far in that way, I'm like, I can't really like go back and be that guy, you know?
how old?
He's 13 now.
Okay.
Yeah, and like so, like, and the thing is like from, like I didn't see him for like a long time.
Mhm.
Like I had some legal shit, whatever,
Mhm.
and then like so I never started to really see him. Like I saw him on and off, like really like a few times a year type thing, right? And it was almost like kind of like secret, like, and then like, but he didn't know this, right? He's just young. But then we got like legal shit figured out, whatever, and I think it was around like 8 that me and him like started like hanging out like every week type shit.
Yeah.
And then now, so then I feel like I'm like, okay, cool. I feel like it's not that I'm like, oh, I'm doing enough. I just feel like, hey, I've already made my bed and I'm his friend and that's the way it is. But at the same time, I'm like, wow, like there's certain shit going on right now where I'm like, I kind of want to step up and be like, yo, like, I'm also, your fucking dad, like, do this, don't do this,
Yeah.
And then it's like also too, I'm like, I feel like I need to like get something with him where it's like, in like something that we have little things that we do together and stuff. But I'm like, I feel like outside of that, I need to do things with him that will get him through life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like
for
we have
sure.
little things like we go to like certain stores and find like cool drinks or like cool fucking candies or like whatever, right?
Yeah.
Me and him have hip hop, like
Sick.
we have a bunch of stuff we do, right? But like I'm like, I feel like there's things I want to do to like teach him about life, you know what I mean? Like even like just stuff with cars, like he's interested in cars, we like cars, right? But I'm like, I feel like other than just like, what kind of car is that? Like, oh, what's this? Whatever. I want to show him like do this thing, right? But I'm like, I also don't want to. I don't know if I can break that barrier where it's like we're friends. I've made it this way, so like now I feel like I can't go back and be like, hey, now I'm your dad. We're doing this. You know what I mean?
I feel like you're not too late. Like 13, you're pushing it.
Yeah.
13, like how teenagers are. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like
that's-
he realistically, when you're a teenager, you don't like your parents very
I
much.
know.
You know what I mean? It takes till like that 18 to 20 age to finally be like, all right, I fuck with my parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like my
Yes.
best advice for you, bro, is that like I never had any, like growing up, I'd be like, I love music. I would like to do music. I would like to do this. You know what I mean? And it was never like sick. Let's do that. Like
Right.
it was never like I see the things that you're interested in. Like I'm gonna experience those with you. It was just kind of
Right.
like nothing was put into that. So like what I'm
Encouraged, yeah.
saying is that like he's showing you who he is as a human being. Like embrace the fuck out of that. That's how you're really gonna grow the relationship. In my head, like my kid could be like, I'm gonna be a rocket scientist, and I'm like, well, I'm not smart enough to do that, but what do I do in order to get you to that?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because I can go get you these books. I can learn a little bit of shit from here, and I can really motivate you to like be that rocket
Yeah.
scientist. So like
There's
that's
ways-
kind of what I'm saying is that
Yeah.
like start to build him as a human being from a friend perspective, but you can't be like, you almost can't really be doing a whole shit ton of disciplining, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
that's-
and you can't be the like, you fucked up, like you maybe have a couple years before you can like start the discipline aspect, if you know what I mean,
Yeah.
without pushing him away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but just be there is
Yeah.
the heaviest thing you could do over these next 4 years in high school.
Absolutely.
Is high school, you remember high school, maybe not so much elementary school, but high school, those 4 years stick with you a lot. And
Yeah.
and as a kid, you look back and you'll remember who was actually there for you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Like as long as it was a positive role that you're playing, then then it's gonna be the outcome you want, or he'll feel connected and he'll feel close to you, and he'll know that you were there, right? Like
Yeah.
as opposed to others who just there's people that just back off, and it's even those 4 years alone
Yeah.
could be it, right?
Yeah.
So man.
And honestly, bro, you probably need to remind yourself this. He might hate you for fucking 5 more years.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt you, you know what I mean?
Oh,
but it's
man.
like as
But
long
they-
as you're there
Yeah,
for the
That's
5
it.
years, he's gonna hit one point in his life where he's like, Dad, I was a fucking dick.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Understand that we had a rough beginning, you know what I mean? But at some point he mans up, or humans up.
you
know what I mean,
realize,
and
right?
accepts
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
See, what the thing is like I feel like me and him are good. It's just that he's too cool right now.
Yeah,
You know what I
of
mean?
course.
Yeah.
He's
So
that
like
age,
you're
for
bro.
always
sure.
like canceling on me and shit,
Yeah.
and like
Oh,
whatever,
absolutely.
you know. So I'm like, whatever, cool, yeah. But I always tell him too, though. I'm like, man, call me anytime. Like, you know, hit me up anytime, like anything, you know, like
Yeah.
you want to talk.
Walking
Because
one
especially
time you
now,
will,
I'm like,
man.
you come across things, you want to know about it. I'm like, I know about a lot of things. So I'm like, ask me about it. Like, let's talk about it, you know.
Yeah.
Just especially because like right now he's gonna come across all kinds of stuff, right? Like,
The day will come, man. That he'll push his buttons at home with his mom, and he'll probably have no one else to turn to but you. And then he'll realize
Yeah.
this guy, you know, this
Yeah.
guy's my dad, and
For
I
sure.
I can turn to you, you know.
Yeah. He cares. He's
And
solid.
and
you
he'll
know,
be
like-
there for me. Yeah, exactly.
that's
Yeah.
it too, though. Is I know he's a good kid. He's me, right? So I know he's
Yeah.
a good kid.
Yeah. And honestly,
But-
just the odd messages. If he's not fucking with you for a month
Right.
because he's too cool, you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
odd message like,
Oh, I text him all the
hope your
time.
week's been good,
Just
bro,
to
blah,
show
blah,
him that
blah.
you're
Yeah,
there.
that's all it is. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah, we
Yeah, it
text.
goes a long way.
You know what?
man.
Actually, earlier he said to me, and this is something that I mean, it might be just something that like people say, like English speaking people just say in normal, but like I swear this is something I've been saying for a while now. I'm like, you get it, you know, like. And so then earlier he messaged me. So I work at Boston Pizza. So earlier he messaged me. He's like, "Oh, you working tonight? Whatever." Yeah, I'm like, "No, whatever. Yeah, I got the podcast this." And I said, "Oh, I wish I could serve you." I'm like, "Let me know who serves you." Yeah. And then he's like, "That's why I was texting you. Whatever. I was wondering if maybe you were gonna serve us." And he's like, "Mom won't get good drink. IG. Ha ha ha." And I'm like, I was thinking IG like Instagram, and I'm like, what is he saying? I'm like, I don't get it. So I'm like, Mom won't what? And then like I'm reading it. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, oh, like Mom won't get a good drink, I guess. So I'm like, I'm like, you mean she won't get a good drink because I'm not working? He's like, yeah, you get it. And I'm like, this fucking kid. I'm like, he's me, man. Like, shit. Oh man, but I appreciate that though, man. I just whenever I kind of feel bad for like doing that. But at the same time, I felt like it's benefiting me, and I needed that information. I mean, sure, maybe I should have done it off camera, but I'm glad that you were able to
Hey,
share
man.
that
Nah,
with
bro.
us, man.
Sometimes
Both of
that's what comes out during the podcast.
True, man.
now. And honestly, bro, there's gonna be other people that are gonna need that too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, true that actually.
It's
Yeah,
not just you. Other people take from this.
Yeah.
You know.
it's fair,
Flip
man.
it up. You didn't swear once.
You get a deduction of 1 day.
Yeah. I will say though, I know for a fact that somewhere in there I said type ish, and so I definitely swore at some
That's
point.
a gray. It's a
But-
gray area.
Yeah. Oh damn, man. But yeah, no, thank you. So I mean, kind of like maybe just to lighten it up a little bit, something I've also been wondering this whole time too. You ever do any live shows?
No,
Never.
No. Yeah,
bro,
man.
I haven't done one.
Would
No
you?
way.
Would
Yeah.
you?
Oh, hands down, I'm fiending.
Because I like. I mean, like when I say this, I'm not like, oh, I have one next week or anything. I could probably like talk to some people around the city and shit, and be
I
like,
appreciate
hey, man,
that a
I have a
lot.
guy that wants to perform and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And the cipher shoot will be a bit
Yeah.
of a.
Oh, true that.
Warm
Yeah,
up
man.
for
Yeah.
that.
Sick.
Yeah. I feel like this is a good like introduction for you to the city.
To
you
the
know,
city, man.
sure.
yeah.
not
for
just the
sure.
show, but the cipher
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
because I mean, not to say like everyone's watching us or anything, but at
Yeah.
the same time, like people find out,
That's it.
So-
Do you
You
have?
guys-
And I think you're sick though. I think that you also have like a different sound than we have here. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I feel like it's good for. I feel like you kind of have like a West Coast sound,
I appreciate that.
but I feel like
that.
it's sick because you're coming here, right? So it's like not only do you have now a whole bunch of people that sound different, right? You know what I mean? Like than what you're used to,
Yeah.
but then also like people hear like, oh hey, I got this other artist, right? Like another like someone else with another sound, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a good this is a good introduction not
Yeah.
only, but also I feel like it's a good pond to jump in maybe.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah, but like I said, man, I'll reach out to a couple of people, and I know a few people that put on shows like at least once a month,
Solid.
and I could probably get you on one.
Sick.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
appreciate that a lot.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Make it
bro,
happen.
I'm fiending, like I'm ready for. I've been a little slow because like in my head, the superstar, is just like everything's put together so nicely. So like
Right.
something in me doesn't want to like come at this without everything put together
You really
so
want to
nicely.
cultivate your craft.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
hone
exactly.
it.
But I feel like all I need right now is to have my songs mixed to a live version. Just so there's certain words in there where, like, I'm not the type that wants to rap over my live song.
Oh yeah.
So I just need the certain word in there so I can get that breath in and
Oh,
then
the
come back
punch
in,
words,
you know? Like,
right.
yeah, so I just need the live version mixed and then we're ready to go. Like,
Yeah.
I've already picked the 5 that I want to perform, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
okay, there you go.
and
Okay.
then on top of that, bro, like, I'll be honest, I've got
So you've
fucking
thought about it then?
Yeah.
I've got like 30 in the vault right now to record, you know, like we're gonna start doing that like in a couple weeks. Like
Yeah. Are you
I'm-
are you
I'm
working on
hungry
an
and I'm
album?
coming.
You gonna make an album or
I'm not gonna
more
do
just singles for now?
honestly, like my life goal since a kid is just to have that one banger of an album. So I kind of
Right.
want to put it together, but I know with today's day and age, it just makes more sense to drop them in singles.
Right.
So what we'll do is just essentially drop them in singles, one per month.
Right.
Actually go hard for a year finally, you know what I mean? Like get the footage together. I need to start doing the videos, the content, and like
Just French Montana it, man.
Yeah.
This guy,
that's hard.
it's French Montana, I'm pretty sure. This guy, he put out a bunch of singles, right? I think it was over like 2 or 3 years.
Oh,
He put
right,
out
yeah.
put out a bunch of singles.
Yep.
But at the same time, he's like, I think it was Coke Boys 2 or something. Whatever it was, I'm just gonna use that. But
Yeah.
whatever, there was an album. Oh, Coke Boys 2, yeah. Oh, it's coming, yeah. Oh yeah. But in the meantime, listen to this song. Oh yeah, this. Oh yeah. Oh, it's coming, yeah. But listen to this song. Okay, yeah. Finally, he's like, boom, album drops. Every song he just released for the last 3 years was on that album, plus maybe like a couple other ones or something, you know. And it's just like I was like, oh cool, the album came out. Yeah, I'm like, I have been bumping these. The bars have been bumping these. Like these songs have been out for a while, you know. And I'm like, all right, you put those 2 other songs, and they're sick too. But I'm like, what the fuck, right? But it's like that's whenever I realize I'm like, man, I'm like this whole thing is like it's the singles game, right?
Yeah, for sure. Bro,
So
yo,
was just gonna s-
I gotta say though, bro, Coke Boys 3 was fucking legendary.
which one's that one? So you like French Montana?
Yeah,
then?
I fuck
Yeah.
with
Yeah. Let me see here. Coke Boys 3.
9,000 watts.
Oh
9,000 watts.
yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck. Oh, here I am swearing again. Coke Boys. Oh, there's a.
I don't know why you lit a joint that massive. My God.
Oh, it's Ferda, man.
That's not a joint, bro. That is a blunt.
Well, whatever. Fucking whatever it is,
9,000
it's like,
watts.
I'm fucking already stoned.
Yeah, like tap ins on that. Tap ins fire, bro. There's a lot of bangers. on
Oh,
that one.
Oh yeah, Drank and Smoke.
Yup, Mac.
Man,
That's
yeah.
a fucking classic.
Oh,
Shout out
make
to
money.
Mac.
Yeah, shut up, Mac. All right,
Comfortably. Anyway, sorry.
I'm honestly, as soon as I hop in the truck, this shit's going on.
Yeah, okay, man.
There's a
Shit.
Coke Boys 3 weekend for sure now.
I used to I used to listen to a lot of, you know what, man, so there's a song, man, this is all right, whatever. F What Happens Tonight. It's on pardon my French. It's like the last song on Pardon My French, I think. Fuck What Happens Tonight. There's like 8 artists on it or something. It's like Snoop Dogg, I don't even know, man. But there's a bunch of people on it. Man, who else is on it? But anyways, at the end, it's Scarface. He's like, smell of blood in the bathroom. The body laid out stiff, full of stab wounds. I told this I was coming back. I told him it was eye for an eye. It was life for a life. Something, body for a price. What does he say? He goes, I looked him in the eyes. No, sorry. It says, I wanna look him in the eyes and see his last breath took, or something like that. And I know he says, I want to see his last breath took. I look him in the eyes so he knows how death looked. That's what it is. Yeah. Oh man, so hard. And then he goes, overkilling. There ain't no coming back from it. Oh, something's. Anyways, whatever. Just listen to it. It's hard. But anyways, whenever I heard that, I remember I was like, oh yeah. And I had this guy in my head like, yeah, he's the one. I told him, man. I told you, man. I told you.
Scarface is crazy.
And then Then one day I had a realization. I was watching a movie where this guy was like falling and someone grabbed him. He was looking at them and I was like, man, I'm like, if I was in that situation, I would just want that person to save me, you know, like, oh, I want to be saved, you know? And I was like, now, okay, let's imagine that person that I was like, ooh, it's a body full of price, you know? Let's say he was falling and dying like that. Oh man, I would feel bad. So I would help him up, you know? So then like, I, from then on, was like, you know what? No one deserves to die, and no one deserves to say who deserves to die. And I think that, like, when people die and they're like, good, I'm glad, you know? Doesn't matter how much you hate someone, like, wishing that upon someone is, like, not a good thing, you know?
Not at all.
And, like, I don't know what that had to do with anything except for French Montana, but you're welcome for everything. Sorry, man. Sorry. Yeah, man.
Shit.
So that's the way it goes, man.
What?
So yeah, I didn't know that's what album that was on though. As soon as you said that, I'm like, yeah. What do we got over here? Okay, well, here's the thing, man.
Yeah.
I would like to say a couple things right now before we do a couple other things. I would like to say that I feel like we have a lot more that we could talk about. I love that you are now in the city.
Whereabouts in the city, actually? Just so if you like, is
Bro,
it wet?
10 minutes from here.
Okay, perfect.
Nice.
Hey,
I was fired up, bro.
Yeah,
The-
no,
Yeah,
so
I
like I was
bet.
saying, if you ever do need like, you know,
Recording
recording,
time?
yeah, just fucking hit me up. you
Hard.
know.
I swear
I
that's
will.
another question that I had in my head, and I'm like, you know, whatever, yeah. I was like, I'll ask him later or something, you know, and I was
Yeah.
like, man, but yeah, you've said a few things now where I'm like, man, I was thinking that earlier too. But yeah, no. So, anyways, I say all that to say that I'm like, hey, man, like I feel like we should probably start the downhill part of this event. But we definitely want you to come back. I do, and we have a lot more to talk about. I feel like you have. I can see it in your eyes, man.
Yeah.
You got a lot to say, man.
Yeah.
And you know more than you're letting on. But we have a couple little segments here. We do. We were gonna see if maybe you wanted to freestyle for us.
I'd be into it.
If
Yeah.
you want to, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a bunch of beats, and we just like, man, we'll put on a beat, and if you're like, I don't like it, don't like it, then
Alright.
tell us that. We'll switch it. Even if you spit, you know, I spit some shit. I don't really like this anymore. I want to hear another one. Hit another one.
Sounds
Just
good.
tell us, man.
Sounds good.
You're good for that?
Yep.
Okay, man.
Yeah, hold on, let me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like I just sort of sprung that on everyone.
I just gotta find.
However, we were talking
Should
about
write
smoking
the
weed
time
earlier, and you're saying that you're trying to not to smoke some weed now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a sober soul.
Yeah. So you're trying to do that for a year, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
to see what's up.
Truthfully, bro, I feel like I started smoking weed at age 12.
Yeah.
Like probably smoked every day from 13 to like damn near 30.
Yeah.
Not many.
How old are you now, man?
I'm 30.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. You told. Yeah, you said that.
Not
yeah.
many break days in there. Like, well, I'll keep it 100.
Life just began for you, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling
Oh,
you.
I know. I feel
Yeah.
it. I really do feel it, bro. But I overdosed at 16.
On
Oh,
what?
yeah?
On 55 pills.
Of
55
what?
pills.
They were lorazepams.
Yeah,
So I
shit.
popped.
right.
I swallowed a whole bottle of lorazepams.
Yeah.
God decided to keep me that day.
Yeah, man.
That story gets dark, obviously.
Yeah.
Woke up in the hospital. My mom's beside me. First words are, "Oh fuck," and mom goes, "Oh fuck is right."
Yeah.
No
And
shit, bro.
from there, like, I was high for 2 weeks off those pills. Obviously, like,
Yeah.
Say
got
word.
back to the house. Mom's like, "You're grounded," and I'm like,
You're grounded.
I'm going to a party. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Mom's
I have
like,
to
"You're
leave
grounded,"
now.
and I'm kind of like, "Bet this is the last time you ever see me."
I'm good, man.
Started marching out the
Crazy.
back door, and mom basically saw it on her. We shared a cell phone at the time. Mom met me at the back door, gave me the cell phone, was like, "Just come home. I don't care what time you come home. Like, here's the phone. Just come home tonight." So I came home. Like, I walked into the party, and all my homies are there. They thought I was dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, "What the fuck?" And I'm
just
like,
wanted to be a ghost.
"Give me the bottle. Let's
Yeah.
go." You know, like, so shit was bad. You know,
Yeah,
like,
man.
I
You
straightened.
said I was 16?
I was 16.
Yeah.
Straightened myself up from there. Like, I got arrested multiple times, but the time that it happened and the charges were going to stick, essentially, what happened was I used to come to Ottawa because my dad lives in Ottawa.
Okay.
So I used to come to Ottawa for
You
like
still live in Ottawa?
summers or a month. Yeah, he lives in
Okay.
Navan.
Oh, sick.
So I used to come for like a month or summers, and basically my like caseworker allowed me to come to Ottawa for the summer, and then from there she was
Caseworker?
Yeah.
What do you say? Like how? What for? What?
Whoever was like handling my case or whatever.
For,
It was
like,
it was like a youth
the-
case, so I had like a worker or
For
some
what
shit.
though? Like this, like
For like the court systems.
parenting shit.
I don't even know what
Or
it was
like-
some time
okay,
ago,
okay.
but like she basically was like,
Just
if,
checking. Sorry.
she's
Go ahead.
basically like, if you don't move to Ottawa, then we're gonna charge you. So then from there, I was like, bet. I decided I was gonna move to Ottawa. So you guys don't even know this. So I lived in Ottawa for 1 year.
Okay.
For grade 11, I went to St. Pete's, and then I moved back home.
Oh,
basically. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, that 1 year, I was like, fuck drugs. Like I was a drug addict young. You know what I mean? Like teenagers. Told you I got arrested on acid. You know.
yeah,
like,
that's wild.
there was like we did some stuff, you know, like I was definitely fucking 14 addicted to Molly for sure, you know, like so then
Crazy.
so what
She's
I'm
a nice
saying
girl, but
yeah, she's a very
not
nice
that
girl.
nice, man.
Nah, she's pretty nice. So
All right.
so they basically, what I'm saying is that like I feel like the next chapters of my life will be like sober years, you know, like
Yeah.
I spent a lot of
Just
years like dabbling,
Yeah.
experimenting, you know, like
But then you'll hit a point too where you're like, you know what, man, I'm earning this.
more than likely.
I
Like,
mean, sorry, I'm just assuming from like selling houses at 23 and this and that and whatever. I feel like you're gonna work yourself to the point where you're like, man, I'm 50. It's time to do some tabs again, man, or something. You know.
truthfully,
Full
I wouldn't be
circle.
surprised. To be honest
But
with you.
I just feel like, you know, that's. But I also like that. I admire that.
Yeah, no.
That I don't know, ideal. Just to be like, you know, and I've done this, whatever. Yeah. Cause like I hit that point too. Like whenever it was. I mean, it was more like we were having a baby, and I was like, you know what, yeah. And I remember on Saturdays, and it's still too sometimes. Like last Saturday. Oh no, last Saturday I just told you guys I got drunk.
Yeah.
Never mind. I think it was the Saturday before. But anyways, but either way, it's just like.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Shoot, it's gone, man. No, anyways, but yeah, no, it would be Saturdays, and we'd be like, you know, she was pregnant and whatever, you know. So we'd watch a movie or something, and I'd be like, man, like, I'm ready to go to bed, and it's like 8:30 at night, you know. I'm like, I like that. And I'm like, all our friends are at a party, and they're gonna feel like poop in the morning,
Yeah.
and you know, I'm going to bed, like
He
whatever.
said poop.
Yeah. You called the shit poop. But I had to for the sake of the joke. But anyway, so yeah, I like felt good about that, right? And then like, you know, even like, you know, he was born, you know, whatever, yeah, and like felt good about it. But then like everything went to hell, and I, you know, decided to just do whatever the hell I wanted.
Yeah.
And I've been pretty good in the last little while, man.
Oh,
Tell you
boy.
what, yeah. So I look like how I look, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna interrupt your story
got some
here.
beats, though. Yeah, no, we're good,
so
man. I'm
like,
just
I
wondering.
couldn't find the file, so I'm just throwing on some like YouTube beats.
Okay.
So again, same thing though. If you don't like how it is, just fucking tell me to switch it up, and I'll pick a different one.
Sounds good.
How do you feel about that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I was gonna say we can snap it. Go ahead though. Ooh, I kind of like this.
Yeah.
Immortalize my soul while I'm smoking on this bowl. I got homies that are ghosts, let me pass it for a tote. They are not invisible, energy lives forever, energy continues. Subscribe to your higher mind, are you living, bro? Bliss gleams downstream, but you stuck fishing at the pond, trying to wave a wand, wondering if it's gonna get better yet. Trevor let the stress get the better of him. No, it's not better than him. I miss my big bro, that is my inspiration forever. And to my other homies I'm neglecting, though it seems may the love be detected and forever remain present. Ah man, as a child I would get the wild urge to hop the fence and play slap box with the devil again. I think the nature inside me sees the beast and looks for the beauty. There's so many souls in my city conflicted and out of alignment. I pray my words to the healing vibration they seek and they'll find it. You do not have to live blindly. Close your eyes and let your heart guide you. You longing for greatness, greatness lives inside you. All that pain traumatized caused you. It's time to wave goodbye to. Mikey, I'm talking to you too. All that drugs in your system, they all not meant for you. Please get up off the floor, that ain't no fucking metaphor. You've been battling your fears, got me treading in your tears. I ain't better than no man. I simply put the work in to get where I wanna be. I thank God for my program. Divine energy.
Yeah. Yo, man.
Shit, I pulled out my phone to write down those bars. What'd you say? Get up. Oh, get up off the floor. That's not a metaphor. Damn, man. And I swear, I was going to say I even got a little chill when I said it, but I got some chills when you said that. Damn, man. Fire. No, but anyways, I'm kind of speechless.
Yeah, that's
You hit that so hard though, too, though. Like
yeah,
you,
damn
like,
it, strong.
You
man.
went right into that.
Yeah,
flow.
man. Shit.
Thank you.
Nice and soft at the start.
Yeah, it made
you
the
know.
beat sound good.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
my bro Trevor, though.
Yeah, man. R.I.P. Yo, respect, bro.
Thank you.
So now we usually move into the lightning round.
Okay, wait. I just want to
Yeah.
So like, it comes with a story. It's a quick story. I just pulled out my phone. I just pulled out my phone because I was gonna write down the bars that you said, and I was like, oh, I want to say that afterwards. So I always forget. You know, people are like, I want to do another song. So, anyways, and it made me think of Kill Tony. And earlier I was like, hey, I thought of a Kill Tony question. What's your love life like?
It's great. It's great for sure. I've been together with my chick for about 4 years now. I got
Sick,
a
man.
fucking queen, that's for sure.
Shout out
Nice,
the girl.
yeah,
I'm very
sure.
blessed, absolutely, like very lucky. So my love life's great.
Sick, man. Okay, all right. So yeah, that was just like I said, that was something I thought of earlier. Something just made me think of it.
Yeah, no.
But this guy right here has something for you right now. It's the fucking lightning round, and I swear again.
I swear again. So, yeah, man. It's easy. It's just gonna be questions like pizza or tacos.
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 Yes, yo, bro, tacos would probably be my last meal.
For
Really?
real?
Yeah.
Okay, but here, wait.
Beef tacos.
Okay, wait. I have one
Yeah?
question.
Chicken tacos.
Well, yeah. So I have one question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually go to the washroom so that I don't keep doing this.
Yeah.
White people tacos or like okay.
No. Like
Okay.
Mexican tacos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
alright.
I had some tacos in like this like jungle in Mexico, and like you couldn't fuck with those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then in Welland, like back home in Niagara, there's this little taco truck people kept telling me about. You gotta try this taco truck. So I went there, and it's like they kind of got it where you can walk into this thing. Like they have a room in front of the truck. Walk in, only white person there. I'm like, bet.
Yeah.
I am in the right place, bro.
Yeah.
That shit was so good. I ate. I'm stuffed. I went and ate a second time.
Nice.
Nah,
Say
this
word.
is nuts, bro.
Yeah.
Damn. We should go for tacos sometime.
Oh,
man.
I'm so
I'll show
into
you
it.
a couple places, man.
Get the best.
Yeah, I'm gonna give
tacos
you this, man.
around.
I'm gonna run.
Yeah, no worries, bro.
I usually make this dragon.
Or we'll
So you step past.
get this. Well, seeing as how you were saying you're a fan of Legends earlier, Tupac or Biggie?
Pac.
Right away.
Yeah, Pac's a politician, bro. Like
Yeah,
to
right,
me,
yeah,
Pac
yeah.
is a politician. Pac changed the world.
Stood for a little bit more than
Yeah.
Biggie. Yeah.
Yeah, like I would almost say that Biggie is the better rapper.
Right, with the storytelling. and
Yeah, but that's
whatnot.
not what matters to me. It's the message.
Absolutely.
Pac died
yeah,
changing
yeah.
the world.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I respect that. Would you rather free pizza for life or free strippers for life?
If my girlfriend's watching, I can't answer that.
Yeah, oh shit, yeah.
But
my bad.
definitely pizza.
My bad.
Definitely pizza.
That's what he meant, pizza.
yeah.
I should have just asked boobs or booty. Fuck.
Booty.
Best place for food in Ottawa.
I haven't been to many places.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Well, so far.
Kettleman's.
Kettleman's Bagels. Yeah.
Yeah.
He really hasn't been to many places.
No, bro, but Kettleman's is fire.
It is fire though, for real. For real. Shit. Would you rather forget who you are or forget who everybody else was?
Everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget everyone else, as long as you remember yourself, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you were to lose one of your 5 senses, what would it be?
Smell.
Smell?
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with that one.
That's probably 99% of the answers.
Yeah. So honestly, like one of my biggest fears is definitely like going blind.
Yeah, for sure. I agreed.
Yeah.
Got something going on with my eye right now. Fuck, I don't know. What's
Yeah, not being able to see. I mean, yeah, I would take my hearing before that, I think. But I
see,
would
that one
still
kind of fucks
suck.
me up because like I love music.
Of course, yeah.
There's not much that I love more than music, you
Yeah.
know. So like that might be my last one.
I mean, yeah, sight would be something, man. But have you been to many shows? I was gonna ask what's your favorite venue in Ottawa, but
I only been to the Laugh Lounge in Ottawa.
okay.
So like I've been to the comedy place.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
how was that?
It was so sick.
Yeah, yeah.
It was fire.
Nice. I actually haven't been to too many comedy shows. If you were given a box of everything you have ever lost in your life, what would you hope to find in that box?
My ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's a good ass question.
Yeah, that was a good
All right, so when I overdosed, I knew shit was about to take off as it was like taking off, so I hid a bunch of shit.
Oh, okay.
So like I had some, and I think one of the homies found it and just stole it that night. But I had a box with like some tucked away jewelry, some tucked away money, like some really good kush, and then I had fucking
really good kush.
somebody
Yeah.
sold me their soul. So I
Yeah, okay.
had the slip to somebody's soul in this box.
Millhouse. Was it Millhouse?
No, it was my boy Jordan Roussel. But I lost his soul
Right.
that
Damn.
night, so I'm kind of like
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting his soul back.
His own vault.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
That's the one thing.
If you could tell your 13-year-old self what some advice that you know now, what would you say?
I don't think I'd tell him anything.
Yeah.
I'd let him
You
figure
gotta
it
go,
out.
Go through.
Yeah,
You gotta go through what you went through to get to where you are now.
exactly. And to be who I am as a person, I often say that if I could go back to that age with my knowledge and experience, obviously I could be fucking stupid rich.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd tell him anything. I might just say what I would say is have more confidence in yourself, and you need to fix your. I would tell him that your self relationship is probably the most important relationship out
Word.
of anybody in life, because
Right.
it's probably taken me till this age to start to work on like my relationship with self. I can have shitty days, or like something might not go perfect, and I might be like, I hate my fucking life.
Yeah.
But like I don't hate my life, just something toxic in me takes over in that moment.
Yeah.
So I would just say like relationship with self, work on it.
Agreed. It's that it's your
What
personal narrator, man. How you talk to yourself is everything.
Exactly. Confidence
It's
is
very
confidence is
big.
king.
Yeah, it
Hey,
is.
man. I'm a piece of shit. But I'm the best piece of shit there is.
All right, so last question. Would you rather know when you die or how you die?
It's not the last question.
I want to answer neither.
Because you don't want to die. Me neither,
Death
man.
doesn't scare me at all.
I'm the. You know what? I'm the only thing I'm scared of is death.
I'm not scared of death though. I'm very, very, very
You've
spiritual.
been pretty close to it, I suppose you could say, right? Like closer than what we could say we have.
I've probably been decently close a couple times.
Yeah.
I'm like I said, I'm very, very spiritual. I believe we've signed up for this. I believe that this is a very, very short learning experience. I believe in a
Absolutely.
higher self, so I believe that a portion of our energy is
Wow.
experiencing this, and probably a bigger portion of our energy is in the spirit realm right now.
A short learning experience.
I would like to
Yeah.
believe the same thing for
That's
sure. I like
crazy,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that in the spirit realm, that this is just like a fucking. It's almost like a trip
But
for
just
us.
to say it like that, because like I always hear things like, hey, like they say, you know, like our lifetime is like nothing on the grand scheme of things, you know, and like when you look at someone's gravestone, it says like their birth date and their death date,
Yeah.
and there's like a little dash between it, and your life equates to that dash.
Fuck yeah.
So like, how do you want to make, like, you have to make that little piece
important,
be
meaningful.
the biggest piece or like whatever, right?
Yeah.
And like whenever I saw that, I'm like, wow, Mike, you know, that's wow. So, but the thing is, what did you say again?
It's a short learning experience.
Yeah, short
for us.
learning experience. So, and you said we signed up for this, so it's like, anyways, exactly what you said, but I'm just trying to process it. Man.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. But yeah, that's a cool way to say it, man.
Thank you. So I guess I would probably say when, because I would worry that if you told me how, I would do my best to like avoid that or be paranoid of that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, with when it doesn't matter. Because I even said that too. Someone's like, oh yeah, like I don't know, like you could just hide in the basement.
Yeah.
But then like for some reason a plane could crash through the house and kill you in the basement
Fuck yeah.
because it's that time, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But then the other thing too, though, is just, and this is why I tried to like go to the washroom because I do this all the time. But we talked about how, right? So what if they were like, okay, like, so there's an instance where they're like, this person like stabs you or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like that's very specific. But then it could just be like water, and you're like, oh, like do I drown? Or like a gallon of water weighs 10 pounds.
Yeah.
So does a gallon of water just fall down from 10 stories and hit you on the head?
Yeah.
Or like you know what I mean? So then like you could be like, oh, I just won't swim anymore. And it's like, well, yeah, but it might not be water that way, right? Like, you know?
It could be a fucking
So
tsunami.
what if it's like vague
Right.
like that, and it's just like, I don't know, right? Like, so you're like, okay, yeah, I just won't do this, I won't do that, or oh yeah, this. Well, you don't know, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a tricky question.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'd definitely rather when, because
Yeah.
I'm truthfully not afraid of that. Like I said, like I believe that you can do things to divert your like predetermined time, but like I do believe that shit's predetermined. When and like how, you know what I mean? So it doesn't.
I have one more
Scary.
question for you,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna show
Yeah.
the answer.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing your answer. Okay, so let's just say there's a baby, and so you either hit the baby and no one knows that you hit the baby, or you don't hit the baby and everyone thinks that you hit the baby.
Dang. I go with the second one, but dang.
No way.
Wait, what was the second one?
That
The,
you would
you don't hit the baby, but
Don't
everyone
hit the
thinks
baby?
you.
right. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. That's right.
Freaking right. So I typed in here,
Correct.
he's not hitting the baby.
Yeah.
No, bro.
He's not hitting
No.
that baby.
No,
He called it.
I just
Just
couldn't.
checking.
Like it's like I said, it goes
But
back to that self-relationship shit. You know. Like,
Yeah, and I also feel like that like may have been like an easy guess because of like the previous conversation.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I gotta say this. But yeah, I know that's when he's like, oh, this is the last question. I'm like, no, we have another one, man. But shit, man, it's what's your reasoning behind that though?
I believe in karma, like it to the fucking T. To be honest with you, here's where my interview gets.
So
tribute
you're a
to.
scared Christian.
So look, I have 9 3/4 fingers.
9 3/4 fingers. What does that mean?
They're all.
Whoa!
So that's why. First of all, that's why 9 is my favorite number.
For a second, I
Yeah.
thought that was more.
Where the fuck the extra one go?
Yeah. I'm like, looks like you have the same amount as I do, man. Then I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's less. What happened, man? Show
Uh,
the camera. I don't know if they saw it, man.
so I was a machinist for a while.
Oh, that's right. You were.
Basically, I stuck it somewhere I shouldn't have, and like it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I almost
That's
lost
what
my
she
thumb
said.
too.
This
man.
guy.
Dang,
Yeah.
Oh.
the
It's
thumb
not
would
like
suck.
it's yeah. Well, I cut through everything except for the nerve on.
How'd
this
you do
bad
that?
boy. A hedge trimmer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty gnarly.
It was gnarly.
But truthfully, when I say karma, like, it's not a negative feeling, but I feel like I'm 9 3/4 for a reason. I
Yeah.
feel like I spent my teenage years not doing good things with my hands by any fucking means.
Right.
So I feel like
Yeah.
karma bit me in the end, and
Oh shit!
because I
man.
didn't do good things with my hands, I feel like they took a little chunk of them.
Better
Right.
keep my hands close.
Yeah,
So,
it's a good life.
so that's when I say like I believe everything's karma. So I would rather just have people hate me for the rest of my life as opposed to like creating negative karma in the universe. The
Right.
next thing is I believe deeply in reincarnation. So I believe that if I hit the baby, I get away with it for the rest of my life. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna probably be that baby in the next
Getting
life.
hit.
I'm gonna experience some really,
That's really
fucked up
that's
shit.
Yeah.
that's a direct like I wouldn't even go that far. Like I mean no like now I would. But in my mind, like when I think of the reincarnation, be like, oh yeah, like I wouldn't go as far as like, oh I am that baby. I would go like, you know, oh I just come back and like, it's worse for me or whatever, right? Right. But you're like, yo, I come back directly to that situation and I'm that baby. But do you think we come back as the same person, or do you think
No,
we just
not at
come
all.
back as something?
I
Do you know?
I believe that you always come back as a human. I believe that there's soul groups. So I think that like dogs and certain animals are tied in. I think that like humans are tied in, and then
Okay.
so there's different soul groups. I don't think
That's
that
cool.
we could come back as the blade of grass or the bug. I don't believe that.
That's
It's not like
that.
everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
but
yeah.
I
It's like-
do believe that like you'll come back as a human. I can get weird and I love it, but like it might be on a different planet. It might not be on planet Earth. I feel like planet Earth.
Different dimension.
Yeah, planet
Yeah.
Earth in my head is supposed to be one of the hardest existences for like a human consciousness, essentially, for like our soul consciousness. So I believe that you come back as a human, but it'll depend. If you do really shitty stuff in this life, you're not gonna come back with like a sick life in the next one.
Yeah.
You're gonna experience all that, and you're gonna have to work your karma out.
So
I feel like people that come here and have just like glorious lives, there's two cases. One, they just chose a really simple existence to have fun. It's not going to grow them spiritually very much. Or two, it's because they
Yeah.
really, really, really like deserved that from their past lives, essentially.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
the first one better. I really
Yeah.
do. I feel like it's like just like trying to balance that in my own mind. It's like because you ask yourself sometimes, like, so why do like the seemingly the worst people in the world live these like super
Yeah.
lavish lifestyles
Yep.
and just seem to have it so easy?
Yep.
And yeah, you're right. It's like it's like materialistic pleasures
Yes.
over spiritual growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can live this entire life in this existence in this 3D world,
Yep.
but they're not gonna like level up in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
And they usually end up dying alone, and everyone hates them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I say that like you could be born into the rich family, live the lavish shit, but like you said, you're not gonna grow fuck all. But here's like the counterpart. If you go into the rich family and decide you're gonna beef with like daddy and grandpa, no, I'm gonna change the world and not follow yours, like then you're actually gonna do some
You're
good shit
breaking
and
the
grow.
you're breaking the fucking
Breaking the-
like the
The
cycle.
cycle. I
generations,
guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know? Do you know about Rastafarianism?
Not like a whole ton.
So there's a saying in Jamaica, from what I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jump in the comments if you like. But anyways, I means like you and me, but like so when I say
We're all the same. We're all the one.
yeah, we're all. So they think that that there's like basically like a bunch of like a group of like energy, right?
Mhm.
So like I pass away, right? My energy goes into that group. Someone's born, a little bit of that group goes into that person. So we're all part of the same like piece. So I. So
Right.
I would say like is I going to the store? Are you going to the store? Everyone's like I said this, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everyone's right? And it's because we're all part of the same thing. So just I felt this whenever you were saying that it's sort of similar where it's like we come back, but we come back as like we're somewhere else in some other situation. But like I'm like all over the place with my spiritual shit. Like my dad, he thinks like and I kind of feel this way too, is like we come back as the same person, but it's another test, right?
Mhm.
So however we are, we hit the baby, right? So that we, feel this way that everyone else thinks of us a certain way, right? okay, yeah, right. So we hit the baby. So then the next life we come back, I'm the same damn person, do the same shit, but there's just something. I have another. I'm like even like when you're going through life and you're like, oh man, I feel like I'm going uphill with weights on today. Like like this week feels this way. It's like I've done something wrong, man. Like the last time I must have done something wrong. So it's like I gotta double down and like do something real good, or not even do something real good, but it's like I obviously have something to like figure out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So like, yeah, my dad believes that, and like, I don't know. He's mentioned the idea of that, so that's kind of like what I like identify with or like think of. But at the same time, like learning all these other things, like there's I don't know what it is. I think it's part of some Indian culture, I believe. But they think that you come back. There's reincarnation, but you come back as you hit the baby, you come back as a fly. Fly lives for like 24 hours.
Yeah, it's Hindu.
Yeah, okay, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
So then you come back, you don't hit the baby, right? And like we're using don't hit the baby as a metaphor, just being a good person, right? So
Mhm.
you don't hit the baby, and now like boom, you come back and you're white or whatever, right? I'm sorry, man.
What do you
Shit,
mean,
we
Stylez?
just got
Yeah, elaborate on that one.
I thought it was gonna be funny, and it just no one laughed. I'm sorry. I just anyways, not that one. But you know what I mean, right? So you just come back and you're like you just like maybe you're born into that rich family, and they're spiritual or like you know what I mean. It's like you're like leveling up is all like it was just I was just reading the script. Oh man, wow! Did it ever get hot in
the
here?
prompter. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but yeah, no. So I just whenever you're saying that, that's the only reason I asked it because whenever you're saying that, I'm like, wow, it sounds really similar to like, it's like the energy where it's like you go back to the energy, and then a piece of all that goes back to someone else, like whatever. Which is sort of similar to the like gallow, I think it's called, or the something.
The gallows.
No, that's not the word. That's actually the exact opposite. But there's a word for it. Anyways, it's where the baby souls are in the Christian like religion. There's like a place where the baby souls are, and so they're all there waiting. They're like on standby for being like born.
Oh, right.
This just got out of hand. I'm sorry.
Well,
it's too spiritual for me.
I want to learn about that.
But yeah, no, I don't know. Well, like
I don't know about it.
there's actually a movie though.
Like the Pixar movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
fire movie.
Yeah.
That
What?
Soul?
truthfully,
Pixar movie?
I see life a lot.
What
like
Pixar
that
movie?
fucking
What?
It's a movie Soul?
Yeah,
Soul.
Soul.
Yeah,
yeah.
Soul. It's a good movie.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody falls in the manhole, and then his soul is like he's brought up to heaven, and then he ends up making his way. He tries to like bring his soul back to his body.
What?
Yeah.
That's not what you're talking about.
No.
Dang. I swore that was the movie, bro.
Damn, I don't even remember. Oh no, the movie. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the movie I was talking about. No. There's a. Oh man, it's like a. It's not a good movie. The girl's pregnant. I forget her name. Demi Moore, maybe. She's pregnant, and the baby something. Anyways, they say the word in that movie, but
Yeah, I don't
that's
know.
how my autism works. Is that I don't remember stuff. I'm like a autistic stoner.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I use autistic lightly, but there's signs, man. Because, man, I swear to you, if you watch whatever movie I'm talking about vaguely, you'll hear the word that I was trying to say, which is no use to anyone.
I don't even
Right?
know what you're talking about anymore.
No, it was the place where the babies come from.
Right,
the souls for the
right,
babies
yeah,
come
right,
from.
yeah.
Right.
And they just say the word in that movie, and I guess maybe Googled it or
The
pulled out
crypt?
the old dictionary. No, it's
No,
like the. Okay, one second. Let's just ask Siri if we're on talking to. Hey Siri, In the Christian religion, where is the place that the souls come from for the babies? She's gonna have no clue. I know it just says embryos and fetal tissue.
Hey,
and
you
stuff.
gotta ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna. Honestly,
like,
I'll pull out the Bible
I've
tonight.
been saying this about
Yeah,
Siri. It's
yeah,
like,
you have to whip that out.
I'm so like it's annoying when you ask a question and it's like, here's some articles I found on the internet, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like that's cool and all, and I will click on those articles and read the information, but it'd be so much better if you just like told me.
Told me some shit.
Yeah,
Get
like,
Wikipedia the
does-
fuck out of here.
Sometimes she does say
Yeah,
it,
that's it. For
but
right,
it's
that's what I'm
like
saying.
I don't know how
I want it to be. I want to have it. I want it to be like feel like a conversation, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
want it. Like we're supposed to get this with the Apple AI, or whatever.
Let's
Yeah.
oh,
Full intelligence.
this is not a sponsored ad.
It should
But yeah, no, for sure, reach out.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's wild, man. We just don't hit the baby, man.
Keep the good karma.
I know I said I was gonna hit the baby that one time, but
We've
Yeah,
learned.
I get it, and I've
Yeah.
become a different person.
We grow as
Yeah.
humans, right?
I went
Yo.
to a therapist, and she gave me a book.
Where did the Mercules in the Chris Webby video come from?
Came from
We went and we met them.
All right.
No, we went to we
Mercules
just
bigged you guys up in that.
yeah,
he
man,
did, man.
yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Fucking
Um,
he did.
We also, who Snack the Ripper is? Okay, so
Of course, bro.
you know,
Alive's one of my favorite songs, bro.
you know it'll come to me, man. I'll say it, and you'll be like, I might know what you're talking about. Help me out here. Oh, pissing off the neighbors.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, he did like a live set in his backyard, pissing off the neighbors.
Hard.
Seriously, go to YouTube. I'll send you the fucking link, man. And I had to swear for that one, but and like I'm not about to be like, yo, you can see me or anything. Like if you like really pretend you can like see
you're
me,
in there.
but I'm
You're in
there.
there,
There's
though.
probably fucking 20 people in this backyard. 5 of them are playing in the band,
Damn.
and like his wife, 2 kids, and his mom are like, so that's 9 of them, and then it's
Sick.
like, not what's his name, Side Neck, Lil Windex, what's his name, man? It'll come to me, man. You'll know for sure. But
Golden BSP.
no, he wasn't
Rifle?
there. No, oh man. Anyways, but there was a bunch of basically it was like a bunch of artists and stuff,
Yeah.
right? And then
Sick.
like his family,
Sick.
and they're like,
Oh,
come hang
evil
out,
Ebenezer.
No, he wasn't there. But anyways, yeah. Oh man, I forgot his name. Young Sin or something maybe. Young Sin. Anyways, a bunch of OS artists. But anyways, I only say that because SDK all the way. But yeah, no, we just ran into them doing shows and stuff in the city, and like we've met Mercules a few times actually.
Sick.
Yeah. But yeah, fun times. We
man.
actually, man,
It was all before COVID.
yeah. Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah,
actually, you know
maybe
what?
a little.
Okay, all right, man. I've said this a bunch, and I'm gonna say it again, but I'm telling you right now. So that Chris Webby video was taken inside Babylon,
Yeah.
which doesn't exist anymore since COVID,
Right.
because of COVID. I mean,
Fuck you, COVID.
and what he said, and now it's a dollar store, a very big dollar store. It's a two-story dollar store because the pool place is gone too, as well. That was above Babylon. But I say all this to say that I've said this before, but make sure you go there and you try the cinnamon hearts. They're usually at the top of the stairs to the right there.
The dollar store?
Yep. They're pretty good. There's also rockets. Try those too.
They're like special?
They're called Smarties in the States. They're like in a bag. And there's a bunch of them. You get like a pound. I don't know. They're cinnamon hearts.
Let me get a pound of cinnamon hearts.
I just really hyped them up.
Let me get a half quarter of cinnamon hearts.
Yeah. I
Let's go.
just hit them up. I just hit them up because or I hyped them up because they're delicious, but they're the only bag you can buy in the store. They're the same as the other ones.
Yeah.
I just like them because they're there. I go there and go, man, I remember seeing punk shows here. I remember seeing all kinds of shows here. Chris
Yeah.
Webby was here one time. I'm just going to get the cinnamon hearts and a Red Bull and go.
Yeah.
Cinnamon hearts.
Tell
Yeah.
that cashier every single time too.
Yeah.
Same story.
Yeah.
You probably like Fireball then, eh?
Fireball? I would have Fireball. Actually, you know what? Oh, man.
Goldschlager.
No, listen, man. We were at a store where I got these drinks just down the street from his house. And the lady was like, "Is that everything?" I was like, "Yeah, except for I want these pepperettes." She went to get the pepperettes, and I noticed they had like little bottles of stuff behind the cash. You know what they had back there?
Fireball.
Some fireballs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what this guy almost told her to give me? Fireballs, man.
Thought
So
about it.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I will say though that that's actually rare because it's not like a fire. I'm not like a fire. I'm more of a Jaeger guy over anything. Like if as for like shooting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Anyway.
a tequila guy.
Tequila.
Yeah.
Ooh, it smells so
tequila's delicious.
good, though.
Oh, I love tequila.
Yeah.
Used to.
It's pretty good. Yeah. That reminds me. What's a good tequila? Because I actually am trying to buy a tequila for someone.
Patron.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I'm on the right track. Sick, man. Well, like I said, man, we're gonna have to do this again.
Yeah,
And
for sure, man.
For sure.
yeah, man. And so I feel like there's lots more to touch on, and I just feel like it's been a good vibe, man.
I appreciate y'all for
For
And
sure.
I think that freestyle was fucking
Yeah,
fire.
you kicked it for sure.
I'm allowed to swear for that one
That
though.
was
Thank you.
fire.
But we appreciate you coming through all the way from
man.
St. Kitts, man. And yeah, like I said, I'll reach out, man. I'll try and find you some sets if you want to do some shows and stuff.
For sure.
And they usually have some kind of headliner and stuff too. It's not like just like a bunch of local hacks or whatever.
Right? Honestly, you gotta start somewhere. I don't.
No, that's
I'm-
true
I'm
too.
down
Yeah,
to-
yeah. But I'll get
I'm
you.
just trying
Yeah.
to eat,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, man, I'll figure it out. Any motherfucking way.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, I did it. So, gang, thanks for coming through, man. For
Thanks
sure.
having me, bro.
Yeah, bro.
We'll do it again
Appreciate
though,
y'all.
especially with the new year coming and my schedule opening up a little bit here with things going down. But we'll get into that. You guys will hear all about that in a future interview with, you'll see. It's gonna happen. Anyways, you guys got anything to say? I think B-Show might have something to say.
Oh, I hate how I have to do this.
You don't have to.
I
do it.
should have had it. No, I
No,
don't.
it's good,
I'm
man.
gonna do it.
However, I've been making a whole bunch of kinds of drinks, and I'm a slush guy. I love slushes, and you got one queued up. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna say this real quick though.
Yeah,
I'm a slush
okay.
guy, and if anyone knows, I'm a slush guy. And at my work, so I'm a bartender, and I sit behind the bar, and behind the bar so I work at Boston Pizza, and name drop. But the thing
So
is,
go and see him.
they have
Tip them well.
2 machines that just have slush in it all the time. And I thought in my head that it was just because it says neutral slush solution. So I thought that it was just slush, and so it was just water flavored. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
ice.
It's lemon flavored. So it itself is slush. So I'm just sitting there looking at this like delicious slush all the time. And I'm like, before I'm like, it's white. It's just like ice flavored, like it's just water, And then I see that it's lemon flavored, or it might even be lime. I don't know. It might be both lemon, lime, or something. But I was looking in the directions to make a drink, and I'm like, lemon slush. Where do we get the lemon slush? She's like, that. I'm like, that's fucking lemon flavored. I'm like, no
Yeah.
way. I'm like, what? Shit. So it's basically like a Sprite slush. You know what I mean? I'm like, no.
You're just gonna be pouring yourself like
I don't
shots
though.
of the
The guy from
smoothie.
corporate let me do it today. He let me actually make my own little slush. He's like, you got to practice. He's like, yeah, you've been hyping this slush up all day. Because me and him, we know how to mix the slush. Other people, we've been just pouring slop for the last fucking couple days, man. Anyways, man, you go ahead with that and we'll just shut her down.
You know
man.
what? Don't let anyone who hasn't been in your shoes tell you how to tie them. All right? And what you're not changing, you're choosing.
Oh, that's fair. That's like the thing.
Yeah,
With the people, there's like the people where it's like there's people lining up to get stuff, and there's 2 windows, and the one
Right.
window is like
Yeah.
change, and the other one is like wanting change.
Right,
Or something,
yeah.
or like whatever.
Usually I see it like people lined up and it's like Bitcoin at 40K and it's like nobody's there and it's like Bitcoin at 100,000. It's got a big crack there.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Suckers. No, sorry. Anyways,
Yeah, man.
I think that's it,
episode,
man.
261.
261.
It's been a ride.
That's
Books.
9, and I made a big deal about 9. And our guest here has his favorite number. You said?
9 and 3
9
quarters.
3/4. It,
9
it,
and 3/4.
it is 9 and
Oh,
3/4.
that's
You
why.
gotta add a 3/4 to it.
Yeah. Damn, man. But yeah,
I
so
round
it
down, not up.
so it all worked out, and that's just it, man. That's a wild thing. That's how numbers work. Any mother
Beautiful
friggin'
thing.
way. Don't forget to count your fucking ones. Count your we don't have ones, but count your 5s or whatever.
Count your 4s.
Yeah,
Your
count your
digits. Yeah.
have a good weekend, all that fun stuff, and make sure you gotta get ready for Christmas.
Yeah,
man.
go out and get some gifts
Yeah, for sure.
for your
And
loved ones.
if you're gonna order anything online, call Amazon. And this isn't a plug. This is just general good fucking advice, because you know what's going on with the other
Yeah,
people that
boss.
bring this stuff to your house.
Fuck.
Yeah. You bunch of people.
All right, y'all.
Okay, anyways, peace out. I'm Stylez the Prophet.
I'm B
Bo
Show.
Peep.
I'm Jonesy.
Together with the Basement Weirdos is the 4G Audio Podcast. It's a gang thing. You already know what it is.
Yes, sir. Catch y'all in the
that's
next
right.
one.
See you there.